So,
No.
this is the third episode now, as it's the final session. Whatever. Anyways, you guys had essentially just spent the better part of a day and a half, or ever since, because you're now about 3 days into your journey.
Oh my god.
The rain has picked up over the course of one day. Well, you're two days in, because now it's starting to turn into nightfall. Ryder just went and discussed about the Purple Heart on the Periton that they experienced during their fight to Alan. Apart from that, everyone else has been staying back, relaxing, and trying to avoid the rain as best as they can. Is there anything else you wanted to do, Ryder? Because everyone else is relaxing back at the cab.
You're the only one doing anything.
I don't know. I don't have to talk to him about anything anymore.
Right now, we don't talk to the friend. It's very fun.
I mean, I'm just I just talk to everyone casually, I guess. Everyone.
Okay.
Except for the Lord Lord.
The Lard Lord.
I'd be like,
We'll just call him the Lard Lord.
I'd just be like, I'd be like, hello, my lord.
He has a name.
What?
I
He has a
am.
name.
And no one cares.
Nope. Perfect.
He's large squared.
Large square.
Large square.
I am the Squire Lord.
No, instead of large squared, he's just large squared.
Gross. Anyways,
He's just large by the multiples of 2.
so you just meanderly kind of talk around to people. When you get to Shayla, you can see that she's kind of got just several tools out and a bunch of just pieces of metal out. She does have on her shoulder this orb that's made of pure electrum. You've seen the coin a bit before, but not collected majority of it. It's like a yellow tinted metal. It's a little bit more valuable than gold, but less valuable than platinum.
So in between.
Yeah. It is very pure and dense metal.
Real dense.
And is a very large conduction for magical effects as well. And she's got this just pretty much shock put ball of an electrum orb.
So, what you're making there?
Well, this is a device that I had created before, and it was enchanted previously. I'm trying to see if there's anything I can do with it, apart from have it.
Well, that have been going on the past few days. Do you need any help with it?
I mean, do you know anything about the mechanical properties of a thunderous force?
Nope.
Do you know the physiology that comes to making golems?
No.
Do you have any knowledge on how to use a hammer?
Yes.
Do you?
Yes? Question mark?
I think I'll be fine. Thank you, though. But,
Oh, by the way,
Rejected.
do you know anything about the weird tarp cart up there?
apart from the fact that they're all wearing cloaks and they got tarps on, only one of them ever really speaks. It's the man with the brown hair.
Yeah.
Other than that, I don't see the rest of them typically. They also got gloves on. She kind of she actually does this with her fingers and just magically affected hands. They got gloves on.
Let me ask you, what do you personally, I guess not really much, but what do you personally think of them?
I don't care. As long as I can place my metal rods, I don't give a shit.
That's what I thought. Oh, how many have you placed down so far?
Every time we've slept, so I've only done one, and when we initially left. So, I have a lot to go through.
Alright, well, I tell her about the Purple Heart thing again.
Okay, yeah, and the same effect that Alan has is cool, weird.
Who cares?
Never experienced that.
Alright, well,
Experience that.
well, if you need any help, anything, I guess, let me know. Unless something happens, then I can't help you, but obviously, but...
You are pretty far away as well. I doubt you'd be able to do anything if something were to happen.
Sentry. And then you, I don't know, tapping on the shoulder or something.
Trey can't talk, but yeah, I guess.
Alright. Well, I'm heading back. Nice talking with you. And I
Bye.
walk back.
Okay, so you make your back.
Hello again, my lord. Walk past and just
You walk past him.
Oh, I guess trudge past.
You're going to the tarp.
Oh, no. Oh.
The mechanic is
Oh,
before.
it is. I keep forgetting that. Fuck it, I'm going back.
Fuck it, I'm going back.
You walk forwards, realize you're going the wrong way. Shit, and you turn around and you go back. You pass him again.
He goes there.
Okay. Is there anything anybody else wanted to do? Otherwise, we're gonna fast forward some time.
I'm just gonna keep saying I'm talking to people casually, but that's really nothing to talk.
Okay. Yeah. Basically, nothing happens during this day. It's excruciatingly boring as well because all you're hearing is the rain and the rain hitting the wood that's behind you, especially the clanging. As now there's a metal plate that's just going, just rain clattering against it.
I guess it'd be a chance to start.
So you try to play. The rain is actually creating. Like, as it hits it, it's actually, there's enough rain to hit the strings themselves, so it's actually throwing you off of your playing. As you begin to play into your pan, is this a pan flute?
Yeah.
That would technically still work. It just sound really muffled because of the water inside the pipes.
A pan flute is made of wood. Wood doesn't like getting wet.
If I play like this,
It's different wood, though.
it's elven wood.
What kind of wood is it?
The shukra tree wood. Like, remember, he needed to repair it using the tree of shukras. Back before Randall
the
times.
sawdust.
The residue that was from
I
the
guess we don't really know much about those trees.
I mean, I do.
The only arrow that was with it is now with the oddman, so there's no real way to look at it anymore.
Anyway.
It still works. It's a little muffled, but but yeah, it's yeah, you're able to play it. It's not very loud by any means.
Yeah, I don't know, to lift up the spirits of anyone around me. If
Go ahead and make a performance check, just cause.
Just cause.
It's pretty good.
18.
Yeah, it's pretty melodic.
One more.
There it goes.
It was fabulous. Fabulous.
Oh well, the wall foam we will deal with another day. Essentially, after another good couple of hours pass, the sun begins to set once more, and still raining. It has not stopped.
We probably wouldn't really notice that the sun was set because it's raining.
Well, you can see the sun's getting darker. It's not necessarily pitch black by any means yet, but it's getting pretty dark again. And after another hour, unless anybody's going to do anything, it's pitch black once more. It's also far worse than it was before because now all you can hear is rain. You can't see very far beyond.
Marco.
You hear Alan shout from his cart after you yell out Marco. But yeah,
I hear them both do it.
after a little bit of some time, you hear the clopping of a horse, and the same man, the cloaked man before, takes down his hood, and you can see it's the brown-haired man. There's an inn up ahead. We'll be heading there for a few days, or not a few days, but we'll head there for the night. We just had to travel for another hour or two. They do have a barn, from what we can see, so we can keep the stables in check and stay inside to rest.
Hallelujah.
It's raining.
And at this point, he goes back, tells Mead the same thing, then goes back to the front.
Oh. Hey, Mead. You have any gold? Oh, besides the ones I gave you.
I have some. I'm
Alright, good.
a salesperson, after all.
Good. As long as you can get a room for yourself, that's.
And I'm pretty sure Harvey is.
Harvey is covering your life expectancies, right now, like expenses.
Not us three though. So.
Yeah, not you, Mead, or Zacchaeus.
Yeah. So.
Here's
Or I can
the
sleep in
fun
the
part.
stables with the horses. Doesn't matter.
Yeah. Randall wants someone to stay with our horses. He does not trust them.
The lard man.
The lard lord.
Yeah.
Okay, so after an hour,
Love of lard.
after another hour of travel in pitch black, by the way, it's very difficult to see. So
Hey,
the two people who are driving the cart are also blind right now.
Oh yeah, that's true. We're both human.
Here, I'll move up to the front. Here, just follow me. Just follow the sound of my voice or my horse.
Just imagine, like Randall's just saying Marco,
And there's no response.
and then all of a sudden.
Alright, how about this?
Oh, you made it to troll claws.
I'll play my clan flute. You guys just follow me.
That can work, yeah.
Follow the sound of my
My
flute.
flute.
Performance check 1.
That's
a 7.
18, 15.
I really thought
Yeah,
you
you're
rolled a
fine.
1.
No, it's a 7. You can basically hear the sound of the pan flute through the rain.
And I play
and
with
it-
one hand, you're trying to, randomly.
Yeah, it keeps you essentially on the right track, especially in this like flatland. The other big benefit is that whenever the horses start to neigh and kind of veer off, you can feel the cart kind of dip into mud, so you kind of go and just fix it. But so after this time passes, you make your way to this inn, and the inn itself. Where's my backpack? Because I have notes on
I
it.
assume it's like a beacon of light at this point.
It's in the distance, and you can see that there are windows with a bit of light coming from them. The barn itself that's there is an empty stable. It's less of a barn than just an empty stable. Let me find the right paper because I didn't type it. I wrote it down. Okay. Essentially, when you get there, the light from the interior is conjoined with the sound of cheering and the sound of like glassware hitting the table.
Before anything, I'm gonna go up to our cart. I'm gonna go up to the cart and be like,
It's fine.
"Hey, Harvey,
What?
are you gonna be resting in the inn with us, or are you gonna stay in the cart?"
I'm staying where I'm safe, and I know I'm safe in here.
Okay. So, does that mean your bodyguards have to stay with you?
I would prefer,
He's staying in the cart, correct?
So you guys can stay.
but I have at least
Fine,
one.
If I stay on the roof.
That should be fine. Yeah,
What?
it's in the barn though.
Oh, it's in the barn. Okay.
Well, as far as you can tell, you're still on the way there.
Oh yeah.
I don't trust that level of
The
lard.
top of fat.
That level of lard cannot try to take one of our horses.
What about you,
Boy.
Asparagus? What are you gonna do?
I don't know.
You don't know.
Jacqueline pipes up. Harvey will probably pay for my room. Just bunk with me if you can.
Hey, yo, go for it. Can I bump with you?
As long as it's
You see
okay,
Harvey?
Jacqueline.
No.
I don't know how he's going to pay for the rooms. He might just put us both in all of the guards in the same room.
Yeah.
In which case, if that is the case, then you guys are by yourselves.
You
It'll
can
be
come
a full
sleep on the
room.
cart.
I care. Oh, I can sleep on. I can sleep on the hay. That's nice too.
No, whatever.
Put my bedroll on the hay.
So after discussing this as well, near your card, Harvey will pick up. I'll hand money to you, and that way you can pay for their rooms. If you're going to stay here, that's fine. Just make sure that you pay for the rooms for them, not just the people that I hired, though. And at that point, it should pay for food or anything else that you need. But I'm staying here, and Rex will also be staying here. He's told me his name after a few days, but.
Made a
You're
friend.
smothering him with a pillow.
They're bonding.
It calmed me down, at least. I slept fine.
At least he's looking on the bright side.
Wait, that's a good way to stay positive, I guess.
But yeah, essentially, after another good 30 minutes of making your way there, the light is shining and the cheering that's inside gets louder. When you get to it, it has a sign that's on the top that has it's a sturdy woodwork, and it has construction put into the main building that's just like solid. It's got a lot of reinforced wood planks and a lot of like walkways that are solid and don't have any like scratches or dents to it at all. The barn itself looks.
Last one?
Hmm?
It's not like our last one.
No, it's not like their last one. The barn, though, it looks really ramshackled, and it's got like a lot of damages. There's holes in some of the walls, ports, and the door itself is actually on its hinge. It's more or less just tied closed rather than actually closed. And this is probably from either years of poor damage or recent affairs. There is a sign on the top of the building as well that has a carved woman that's very elegant looking, but once you can go from her body to her face, she's pissed off. and it's her head is on a pillow essentially as she's laying down, and she's just mad. And above it says the Grouchy Gretchen.
I mean, makes sense. But still interesting choices for names.
That's definitely
Design.
a display. Okay.
So we're staying here.
Yes. And
Get it,
it
play.
sounds like for you might be in the barn.
Alan kind of like also slows down behind. Everyone in my group's gonna be staying in the bar. We're not gonna be leaving the Grand Maven anywhere. So if there's any extra spare rooms, you all should be able to find your own. But I'm sure that
I like that.
Lord Lard over there is gonna be wanting to room by himself, potentially leave everything else to his guards.
Yeah. And don't realize. He'll definitely want the best one.
Probably.
Try to
If
get
anything,
whoever's
he'll
got
cause.
it kicked
If
out.
anything, he'll cause a scene in there. Like, most likely get kicked out.
Hey, if he gets kicked out, then he can sleep in the barn with the pigs.
And, I mean,
Are
with his
we
family,
gonna be
unless
in the
even
barn?
the rest of his family.
I kind of don't want him in the barn with us.
Fair enough. I mean, he doesn't have anywhere else to go, and I don't think we're gonna push him outside.
I mean, we could.
We could, but at the same
I
time,
mean, if the door's already closed, there's.
Just think about it. You want to hear him complain on like, what is this? A nobleman like me can't sleep.
we're gonna hear that outside anyways.
Yeah. Rather hear.
I mean, if worst comes to worst,
We'll see what
someone
happens.
could cast silence.
That only lasts so long, I think. Regardless, you'll figure out your plans later on. You might not even have to deal with it. It might just be our problem. But that's our plan.
Their plan is sleep in the barn as well, and most likely most of us too.
Oh.
So we're in this.
This might be a tight fit in the barn, because I doubt that the metalworks lady is going to want to stay in... Well, she does have the rest of her family as well. I'm not sure what her plan is. I'm sure the Tart people aren't going to go inside either.
I'll go ask her. I'll be right back.
Those guys are kind of weird.
I go up to... Okay, well, I think you guys know.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Because...
Yeah, those guys in the tarp are kind of weird.
All Jacqueline knows that she's going to try and get room.
Yeah, I mean, a room would be nice, but we're not going to leave the Grand Maven. And they are weird, but at the same time, it's raining, the tarps are useful for that. Who knows, they might have damageable produce, for all we know. But, I mean, they're the ones hosting this, at least, so as long as we make it there, I don't really care who or what they're doing.
Till we all die.
If we're all dead, then we won't care.
Alright, I go up to the other carts.
Okay, yeah, you don't even have to ask from this distance. You can see the pompous man is just essentially upset about the rain. He has one of the guards that's nearby holding up, like, this large blanketing cloth over him from both sides. So it's just two guards that are holding this cloth over him as he's walking in this, with the horse. Yeah, you can already kind of get the feeling that he's going to want a room. So you go and ask Shayla, essentially?
Yeah, hey Shayla, what is you and your carts plan?
Well, Trey's going to need a place to sleep, so he might either stay indoors or in the barn. I'm going to go for the barn itself. Maybe not, actually. I might just stay in the house and leave my mechanics. Was that someone at the door?
No, it's just...
Oh, was that you? Okay, I
Okay.
thought I heard down. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, no, we're good.
Okay.
I might actually go inside. It might be a little bit nice to kind of get away from the mechanical aspect of my job every once in a while, once I put in the picket, of course. And then, at that point, I'll be set to go inside.
Alright, well, yeah, from the other two carts I heard, they're gonna go and rest in the barn.
Then I'm definitely going inside, because there sounds like way too many people.
Exactly.
I don't think a barn's going to be able to hold, she looks around, 30 horses and 50 people?
Mm-hmm. So,
Clearly over-exaggerating the numbers, but...
Which might as well be.
So, I think I'll want a barn then. Or want a room to stay in.
She wants her own bar.
That'd
You must build it for me now.
be the pompous thing.
She turns into a
So after you get there,
It's fat.
Yeah, that's essentially what you see. Is the inside of the barn? It's pretty compact. It's got a lot of hay, and there are some animals in it. It has a few pigs that have would look be some kind of food inside of troughs. But
Hey, these pigs are nicer than Lord here.
That's because they don't speak.
must the cast speak with animals.
I mean,
Anyways, but yeah, it's pretty tight. You're able to get all of the carts in there, but it's almost like maneuvering between a corn maze, and you're just kind of like having to press up against stuff to skirt by.
Fun.
Corn mazes are fun, not when you're lost, but it's pretty compact. It's as if you have to just kind of skirt by in a tight parking lot.
Alright, then.
randomly, like, Jackie, are you fine getting the room for everyone?
You already got the room. No.
Okay, you're not going to go on coming with.
Okay, so yeah, Rex will stay with Harvey for the time being. Shayla is going to go. Once they get there, the others essentially escort the cart in, and she's on the outskirts of it. And you can just hear as she's basically slamming this metal pigot into the ground. And it sticks out about a half foot from the ground. Though it's 2 feet long, it sticks out by half a foot. And after she's done with that, she essentially joins up with you while you're going towards it. The pompous man is the only one of his group that also follows you, and everyone else has been staying in the barn. So you're just all going inside then?
I mean, so, hey, are you gonna be able to give me a room, or do I have to sleep in the barn?
I can't pay for your room.
Oh, well, okay. I guess I'll sleep in the barn.
So you're not following them in?
Yeah, well, I might get some food, but...
So are you following them in? That's the question.
Oh yeah, I'll follow them and see what's up.
Okay.
Inside.
So when you enter, the interior, though the exterior looks very strong and sturdy, the interior does as well. However, the complexion of this entire room is disgusting. There is food thrown about. There's just dishes that are just got leftovers or residue on them that's just been stacked up onto several of the tables. There is a lot of mugs of some kind of liquid, probably liquor or ale, that's been poured out, spilled, and it's been there long enough to become solidified to the table, so you can kind of see it's got this drip that's on the side that doesn't actually break, essentially. It's as if a water drop didn't break off to fall, and it's just kind of like oozed there. The floor itself is nearby, looks pretty sticky, and it's got dirt in it. So essentially when you enter, that's what you see is your first impression. There's several of these tables that look like this.
Our favorite band's reaction.
You look over and he's horrified of this. But the other thing that you see is this does have 2 floors to it, one of which has a balcony that only has a couple of rooms that are up there. You see 4 figures. 3 are men that have large, baggy clothes. They have shiny jewelry on their fingers and necks. And one of them is exceptionally overweight. Exactly the same, almost, as the bulbous man. Though it looks completely different. Just has a very similar physical structure as this man. But he has more of a throat.
I'm gonna point out. Are you related? Is that your brother?
Oh man, we'll get to that in a second. Let me finish describing the room.
Beautiful as you.
Let me finish describing the room and these
You do that
people.
at work?
He's bald, has a thick brown mustache that covers his upper lip. There is one teenage tall boy that's essentially on the second floor who's sitting with his hand resting on his face and the elbow on the balcony branch as he looks forwards. He's wearing nicer clothes and he has some jewelry on him, though he's not extremely fancy like these other 3 people that are down here. Maybe like a son or someone of the sort. He's just looking bored. The 3 men that see you, they have large cups of large mugs of liquid that they're just splashing around. They're cheering, shouting. That was the entire cheering that you heard before. They are covered in food. They're disgusting. The immediate vicinity around them, the table, is just covered in just amounts of fresh produce, meat, all this food. And they look at you and say, "Oh, sorry, friends, but we've reserved the inn.
you reserved the inn.
Yes, we've been traveling for quite a few days, and we wanted to venture out from Baldur's Gate, have some time to ourselves, enjoy a good company with ourselves, and enjoy our time. So we've rented out the entire inn, bought all the food, and apart from that, we don't have any space for you, I'm sorry.
No.
You, 4 of you, have taken every room in this inn.
Well, we need it for our own private time space, I'm sure you understand. There are several rooms here,
There's
but...
only 4 rooms.
Well, I mean, there's only... It doesn't matter. We've reserved all the rooms. But the barn is fully open for you if that's what you need. And at that point, you can kind of hear some snickering amongst the 3 as well.
Yeah, well, Jacqueline just walks out.
Okay.
I'm going to
You step
literally turn to our lord. You okay with them kicking you out?
You can see he's boiling mad as well. It was similar to when you threatened him.
But worse.
Wait, Tyler. Jacqueline will walk out, tap the guy on the shoulder, like, "Oh, you man, you go for it. You go for it."
More or
I'm
less.
going to give you the gold. Here's for paying for the room if you need to. And
There-
he's going to go, and only the room.
There are essentially...
And he's going to make sure the other cards in the group make sure you don't buy any of them.
Okay.
So, there's etiquette to the bulbous man. There's a tier list of his cares in the world. His own safety and well-being is a little bit underneath his own self-respect on what he wants or deserves or thinks that he deserves. So though you threatened him and quote-unquote insulted him, this is a step higher. And he's pissed off, goes to the table, and actually picks it up and hurls it across the room. If you think that I'm going to stay in some pigsty with these common folk, you are sorely mistaken.
This is a good show.
Yeah.
Before Jacqueline walks out, does she get out the door before he does that?
No.
She hears it, goes back, and basically does the equivalent of grabbing popcorn, leans up against the wall, and just watches.
You grab leftover food from a table and start picking at it, but then realize this is disgusting and pretend to eat it in a motion of eating popcorn.
No, she just drops it out. She's like, no. Drops it at that point and then just goes, and watch.
Is there anything else that anybody else wanted to do during this moment? Zakaris Ryder.
Soon sit back and watch.
Okay.
We have all washed our hands.
At this point, Shalane has also finished what she was doing, entered, and witnessing this is just like eyes wide. I've never seen it move like that before.
Oh!
It's amazing.
Does she
It's
enter in
resting-
next to Jackie?
Yeah, pretty much.
Jackie just goes, just watch. This is gonna be good. Trust me.
At this
I feel like
point,
we're all in a group right now.
Well, yeah.
okay.
We're all just spectators right now.
Oh, even interesting. Okay, so what ends up happening is after this,
Everyone roll initiative.
no, all 3 of the bulbous men, they grow fear, though it's not very well
And then they roll
deceptive
fear
of the
into
fear. They're not trying to they're putting on a face like, oh no, this is horrible, but they're secretly down inside. It's pretty obvious to tell because they rolled a shit deception check. That they're bullshitting this man. Look, if you want a room, it's all yours. We don't care. All right, we just here for fun. If you're gonna piss off, go to your room, sleep. I don't give a shit. But don't fuck with our food and our enjoyment here. And the bulbous man, or the lard lord, then just kind of calms down. I'm expecting fine cuisine, and he goes into one of the rooms and slams the door shut.
Pay no mind to him. He's
Well, the rest of you can sleep out in the bar, but I don't give a shit. He's the one that is going to be ruining our enjoyment, and he can get what he wants. We don't really care. There's plenty of space. It's just that the rest of you look a little below his class.
Hey, Ryder, let's start a riot.
You can stay. You look to be someone that has a feeling of like hierarchy to him, to yourself.
Oh, yeah, she's wearing basically a tiara.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
I don't know.
She says on one condition, and she points. Is Sorcerers in here?
Yes, okay.
Are you just gonna do anything for the guards that you are also under?
She's going to stretch her the royalty muscles that she hasn't been able to in a while. She will stand up proud, be like, I absolutely. On one condition though, if my servants can come in with me. And she points at her guards and she looks at them like, play along.
Yes, my lady.
Make a deception check.
You're so kind, my lady.
Randall also offered the gold that was for paying for the room.
We'll get to that in a second. So you roll. You have advantage as well because
advantage.
Yeah, because of how you look and everything like that.
How I look, traveling clothes, and the only thing royal on me is a tiara.
Tiaras are fancy.
Fancy as fuck.
It's also got red. It's got a red like gemstone in it, and you also have a ring on that has several blue translucent gems in it.
Okay, well, I mean, hopefully the lowest roll I will get is a 16.
Got it.
But this is advantage.
Yep.
18.
18.
Roll your second. You have advantage. So
He
I said I
16
got
or
16 and then 18.
Oh, okay.
Okay. All right. Counter offer then. You and your most trusted ally, whichever of these can stay. The rest of you can rent a room from us. And he kind of like looks over, allowing him kind of whisper.
Gold and just toss it. There's for the food and for the rest of his servants to get a room.
This is not nearly enough. He looks to the other two men. They kind of converse. The boy on top just kind of rolls his eyes and just still looks pretty bored. It'll be 50 gold per the lot, per each of you, to essentially take one of the rooms from us. If you want to be outside of the rain or be with the pigs, that's your decision. But 50 gold.
Let's fight him.
Wait, so he's allowing Jackie and one other person to be in a room? She's like...
Wait, how much gold was I given?
You were given about 15. Even expensive inns and royalty inns generally aren't even a gold. Like, this is absurdly overpriced for a room per person.
Gopher goes in rage mode.
You can go, so you go into a rage?
Yeah.
He already did.
I know.
I'm letting him do it.
But she's like, okay, I'll take it. Zacchaeus, come with me.
Before you do that, so you burst into a rage.
I have a hold offer.
And she sees Zacchaeus, come with me.
Okay, hold on. So you burst into a rage.
I go into a rage and speak very angrily. So what are you going to do about the rest of us then?
Make an intimidation check
Oh.
before anything else.
Yes.
Because this will determine a few things.
Attaboy.
I got 26.
Okay.
I got 19 plus the 7.
Especially with his...
She will, but before she leaves, she'll also look at Gopher and be like, don't overdo it.
You're not out of the room yet because of a certain situation. So essentially, when you approach, your muscles are just tense and you're ridiculous. Because especially with like your armor, your light armor on, it's just showing quite a bit of your skin and muscles. You just approach and how tall are you again? Like 6 foot something?
I'm exactly 6 foot.
6 foot exactly.
He's almost as tall as the half giant.
Yeah, he's tall.
She's an inch taller than you.
Yeah.
She's better than you in every way.
Yeah, let's look at let's get to better here in a second. So, as you approach, especially with 26 for an intimidation check, with his 6 that he rolled, you see his face drop. The two men stand up and they go, "Look, we're not here to cause trouble."
By the way, at this point, Jacqueline's like hands in her face.
Randall's face has gone pale.
We'll be fine. We'll be fine. All right, we'll be fine. He holds out his fist.
Okay. Do you want a fist bump or something?
I need you to make a dexterity saving throw with disadvantage.
Did he just use magic?
Did he just do pocket sand?
I got a 9. Well, 8 on my first roll, 18 on my second.
So yeah, 9. Okay, let me get my music out for battle. By the way, might as well roll initiative. Because so what ends up happening? Because this is a very important notion that happens. You scared them out of the facade that they were under. And what happens is, when he pulls his hand, you can see metallic rings are latched to these 3 points. And when he pulls it, a wire gets pulled upwards from his arm. And it's difficult to notice, but he's essentially got his arm just phases for a moment, as if there was an illusion. And this blade slides out on a spring, and it has several jagged points that are flexible on it. And it wraps around you, and you suffer... Let me get my page out for this weapon. That's not it. Here it is. So what ends up happening is it grabs you from the back, and wraps fully around you, and constricts you with this very powerful blade. You end up suffering... You're raging, though, so you take 12, reduced down to 6 points of slashing damage, and you are restrained.
Okay.
So what that means is every attack against you has advantage, every attack that you make has disadvantage, and you automatically fail dexterity and strength saving throws.
Okay.
The rest of you see, from this man's arm, this spring-loaded scythe-like device launch out from his hand and wrap around Gopher and pull on him. You can see blood starting to pour from the back as this essentially device was sprung out of fear.
Is the large room?
I'm gonna be drawing the room now,
Nice.
so
Okay,
I'm gonna need everyone to start rolling initiative while I do
19.
this.
8.
Alright, well hold on. Jesus.
We rolled it when you first said it.
That's true. That's right.
This is my just simple question. Is his room close to where we are?
Whose?
Lord.
It's on the first floor, yeah.
Is it close enough we can tell them they were assassins?
Mm-hmm. You could shout.
Do you care?
I mean, if we get him engaged in combat?
Oh, he's not going to engage in combat.
Yeah, fair point.
This is why I also asked who was staying in the barn, because it would actually matter because they're 50 feet away. Okay.
So,
And only Rex was.
Yep.
So
It's a
imagine
table.
we slept in here. We could've got
Table.
Table.
Table. Oh yeah, that was a contingency plan. Table.
What was?
Table. If he slept, he might have been attacked.
I knew it.
Table.
that's why I was thinking of yelling at him till
Table. Another door into some other room.
They're after you. Get out.
Stairs going up.
And we just kill them.
Second floor. And yeah.
Where's the tots table?
Oh yeah, that's a good point actually. It wouldn't be this table here anymore. This doesn't exist.
Okay.
This is completely thrown against somewhere else.
Oh,
So
yeah.
let me move that over to, you know what, I'll just say it collided with this one. It's over here now. It's just,
You can't get by over there.
it's just a pile of table. So let me get out everyone's figurines. So we got Gopher, who's now just basically struck.
Yep.
I'm putting all the figures down first. We got Ryder, who's by the entrance. We got Randall, who's also by the entrance. Jinx,
Everyone's
also by
over
the...
there.
Zacharis, by the entrance. And let me get rid of me.
Isn't,
Chalet.
yeah.
Yep, I'm getting her figurine.
She's
Is
also
it
by
her
the
group?
What?
Our group also
Literally
with her?
everybody.
The
No,
Chalet?
it's just her.
Oh, our group didn't come with her?
No, yeah, it was just her.
She was getting room for a tray.
I'll use this for Chalet. There we go.
Good thing we...
Nice.
Alright.
Hey, Chalet.
Nice.
I'm pretty sure you're not a fighter, but can you maybe...
I'll be fine.
I mean, I was gonna say you should go warn the others quick and then bring help. We could fend them off.
I feel like I think they might hear us, but yeah, we'll do what we can.
Randall's just looking in the
You mean
head as he...
you think they'll come help us? That's the thing.
I don't know about the others. I know my friends will.
And Randall readies Eldritch Blast. Oh, they'll hear us.
As Call Lightning gets prepared. I don't know what you're talking about your fucking Eldritch Blast.
Oh, God.
Some really massive explosions here are going to be occurring. Alright, I'm going to use... Boom! There's that man. This is the other man. This is the large bulbous man. Who's over here.
Where's
And
the lad?
I need to get the small boy who's up on the top.
This whole place is made of wood, right?
Yep.
Crap.
Burn it.
There, I'll use this for the other one there. There we go. Alright.
What did I pull on?
Yep.
Tore it, he tore it off.
No, I did not have that one for prolong. Alright.
Oh.
Okay. So let me get my initiative tracker out here.
I know what I'm using on one of them.
That's what you think.
Huh?
Okay, so Randall.
8.
8. Good job. It's not me, but I'll roll for Chalet instead. Hey, good job, Chalet. 21. 21.
Randall was a bit taken aback by the fact that
Oh no, it's Shayla, not Chalet.
Chalet.
That's a different person.
Shayla.
Lady.
Shayla, 21. Ryder.
19.
Hey, good job. Gopher.
15.
Good job. Zakaris.
22.
Ooh. And then Jacqueline.
18.
Oh my god, you guys, this is the best you've rolled on a sneak attack. Though they do have a surprise round as well.
Yes.
I'm not surprised.
You're not surprised about the surprise round, you said?
Giant scythe, Gopher. You might be thinking Gopher.
Oh, okay.
Risk. Yeah, risk. Yeah, risk. That risk.
That risk.
Okay, so with the surprise round, they don't have much else that they can do other than taking an action, because it's not like, oh, you can move, bonus. It's not like a full turn. It's you get an action, essentially. So what happens is this one's going to stab at Gopher. Let me get my monster.
I thought we were picking up Gopher.
Where's
They're
my,
all next to Gopher.
where's my monster manual go?
On the tank, I gotta
What?
take up all the damage.
You're
Right,
actually correct.
No, it's not.
Health-wise, you're the tank.
Yeah.
C-wise, I'm the tank.
Oh, it's over here.
I got that 19.
Oh, good.
Okay.
Yeah, sure. I only got 13.
I want to find out. I'm a warlock.
Let me look up these stats for a season.
What the heck?
I'd like to point out that I am a sorcerer with a health of 52 and an AC of 17.
Okay.
Fight me. Hey, you're also a rogue.
Okay, so what ends up happening is it has advantage on you for a number of reasons, but it's going to essentially stab at you with its short sword.
Okay.
No, that's not very good. Advantage. 22. Or 21, sorry.
Shit.
Okay. So because it hits, and it goes before you do, and you are surprised, it's an automatic critical hit. So I'm also going to need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Alright.
Poison Gopher.
Oh, natural 20.
Hey, that's good. So you take half damage on this.
Stop getting poison Gopher.
So 33 points of damage reduced by half, because you are raging, reduced to 16.
Okay.
So 16 points of damage. Oh, it's actually even less than that, because it was 10, so 23 points of poison, reduced to half, which would have been 11, so 21 reduced down by half. So you take 10 points of damage.
Okay, so
10.
oh, Oh, you're saying total.
Yeah, 10 points total. Because you halved the poison, which was 23 out of the 33.
Oh, okay.
And then you have the total because you're raged. And your
Nice.
Path of the Totem Warrior, where your only susceptibility is psychic damage.
Yeah.
Which is good, because that's a crippling blow.
That would fuck me up.
It's really painful. Okay, so that's what it does. The one that has you bound already did his attack. Oh, I also forgot to do sneak attack.
Oh, you have. No.
So add. Oh, shit. This is also double. Add 15 more points of damage to that. I rolled really well for 8d6.
Okay. So on top of that 10? 15 on top of that 10, right?
Yes,
You also did do all the having, correct?
I did. I rolled a total of 30 with
You
8d6.
did all the having and have not.
Well, that only did. No, I only have.
There is no.
It did 25 points of damage with the first hit, because
there is
being
only
a critical
shot.
hit, it doubles the sneak attack damage,
There's no
Yeah,
druid,
which
no,
is
there's no
4d6
try.
as well. Yeah, it's scory. This one is going to pull a light crossbow out with its hand and fire at who looks the most threatening.
Probably Sorcerers.
Yeah.
The 400-pound.
Yeah, probably the big man here. So we're gonna.
How rude.
I'm almost dead from that, dude.
Why do you?
You're at full health. Remember that. Before.
Yeah, no.
You did take 25 points.
Yeah, 25
Like
plus
I
that
said.
15.
Wow. Does a 13 hit you, Zacchaeus?
13 does hit me.
Oh, just barely then. Alright, so it's a critical hit. So it does 2d8. 5.
Sneaking around.
12.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need you to make a constitution saving throw as well.
We're already out again.
17.
Okay, so you save, so you take half damage.
At least it's not a bird.
Right, yeah.
Right.
Can't pick me up and fly with me. Yeah. If I had any lower odds, I'd be dead.
You have one.
Hmm?
You have one.
No, I have 13.
Okay.
I have 13 health left. As bonus action, can you use like a potion? Or is that.
Bonus action on yourself is a bonus action.
But potion on someone else is an action.
So,
Okay.
from the bolt, you took 12 points of piercing damage. From the poison, you would take 13.
2?
And then I need to roll for the sneak attack. You take 22 points of damage on top of that.
I'm down.
Oh god.
No!
We have 2 people down from this battle. At this
Oh
point,
my
I assume.
Yeah, technically.
Because the one guy.
First turns for assassins are bad. They're real bad. After that, they're not as bad, but they're still pretty dangerous. This one, all he's going to do is... Can't really do much. No. All he's going to do then is throw a dagger at... Now he can't really throw it at Gopher either because he's latched on. He'll throw a dagger over at Randall. Being the one with a lot of armor on. Advantage. Well, normally... Okay, so here's the thing. So surprise round, it would have advantage anyways. It would have disadvantage because of the throw. But because it's also going first, it has advantage anyways. So now it would be normal.
Neutral.
Now it would be neutral, but because he has advantage twice, he has advantage. Because he's got it from the surprise on you, and then he also has it because of his assassinate feat, where he's going before you in the initiative.
Right.
That's a 21. That's a natural 20, which doesn't matter because it's a critical hit anyways.
We're all dead.
I'm rolling the sneak attack first, just so that way I can get out of it. 4, 1, 5, 6.
Jordan, we got our work cut out for us.
I know.
You take 20 points of damage from the sneak attack. I need to make a Constitution saving throw as well.
15.
So you save, so you take half damage. I'm going to roll the poison now,
It
just so that way.
doesn't matter at this point.
Well, it does, because if you get to double your health.
11. 21, reduce down. You take 10 points of poison damage, and now I need to roll for the dagger itself, which is a d4.
Let me know when you get to my total damage I take.
Oh, I haven't been keeping track of that. How much health do you have normally?
39.
All right, you're down. You're not dead, but you're down because this also did an 11 more points of piercing damage to you. So you're just down because that was 10 from poison, 20 from the normal one, 11 from the dagger. So that's 41 in total. All right. That's all of the Assassin's surprise rounds. So we start with Shayla. Seeing what the fuck just happened with everything, she's going to open the door.
So now you're gonna go do it, huh?
I have a better plan.
We'll hold them off.
We need assistance, like, now. There are people trying to kill us. And that's what she can get out in 6 seconds. She's going to turn back. She still has the shot put ball on her shoulder, and she's going to attempt to hurl it, yelling, "I'm sorry," and just hurling it forwards. That's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40.
We got too many people.
Strength, athletics check.
She hit the ball.
That is a natural 19, though. With her strength. She just made the DC for throwing at 40, because it'd be... Yep. So, what ends up happening, she has this orb of Electrum, throws it forwards after pressing, like, this digit that's on it, and the orb itself begins to vibrate. It collides with the man that has Gopher restrained, and a loud, audible, similar to a thunder wave spell, explodes out from the orb. Gopher, you automatically fail your dexterity saving throw, unfortunately. Or it might actually be Constitution, which you wouldn't necessarily automatically fail. What's Thunder Wave? Do you have Thunder Wave on there?
Me?
Yeah.
No, but Thunderwave is basically an enhanced version of
I know that. I'm just trying to find out what kind of... it might be... Thunder Wave. Yep, Constitution save throw. So you don't automatically fail. So, Gopher, make a Constitution saving throw.
Does the other guy automatically fail because I hit him in the fucking face?
No, but he still has to make the save.
I have 12.
12?
7
That
plus
does... Wait, where's my... 7 plus 5 is 12, yes.
Oh, it's 13, right?
That does fail. That does fail.
No, it's 13.
7 plus 5.
Yeah, we're joking.
Okay. You do fail, though.
So how are you enjoying your nap? Who cares?
He fails.
That's great.
That one fails.
Do you feel like poison slowly dripping out of you?
Assassins, man, they're not fun on the first
I
turn.
don't think
No.
did either of you get poisoned.
I
saved.
did.
Oh,
Yeah, we both saved, but there was poison
So I
damage done to us.
That one fails. Well, okay. So the only one that saved was this one, with his Constitution saving throw. So it is constituted as a level 2 Thunder Wave. So 3d8. That's not good. That's not bad damage. So it does. It's not good damage, but that's not bad for the current situation because she was using it for a different purpose. You take 8 points of thunder damage, so you only take 4. The rest of them take 8 and are pushed back 10 feet from the orb's position.
So
It essentially throws you out of the restraint as the weapon. Essentially,
this weapon break.
It does, because it hits in between the two people, so then it pushes at different points. So you slam out, breaking 10 feet. This one slams into him, so he's actually also meant to take damage. He takes 2 points of bludgeoning damage as he just gets slammed in and pushed back 10 feet. This one gets pushed back 10 feet into the tables and is knocked prone. And these two are knocked prone because of the thunder as well. Alright. That's what she does with her turn. As the orb now at that point just kind of sits there, rolling to the ground. Zakaris, I'm going to need you to make a death saving throw.
That is a natural 1.
That is 2 death fails.
Okay.
So what happens is you can see the toxins that were inside of Zacchaeus just bleed and ooze out. You can see it's just a sickly green color as he's just vomiting out blood. Ryder, you're up.
Using their Essence of Life, you cast Heal on Asparagus.
Okay. So you use your action and you clutch out this magical item that you had essentially obtained from Frulam. And
This is for you, buddy!
This
is for the berries!
It acts as a heal spell, so you recover 70 hit points, and any poison or ailments that are affecting you are cured. After the immediate use of it, the entire artifact begins to fade in color from its pristine silverness, and it's rusted away, essentially. It's still in your palm, but you can definitely feel that the
Do I still have the beads protect?
The beads are faded completely.
Okay, so
they look
these
like
are-
normal beads.
Okay.
So it will take 7 days for that to essentially recharge now.
Yep, alright.
And you have to remain attuned to it, otherwise it will not begin recharging.
Alright. And then,
that is your action to do.
yep. Level 3 healing word on,
Gopher.
yeah, go for it. Boom.
I haven't failed
roll
at this
wild
stage
magic. Alright, you're good. So 3d4 plus your charisma, so 3d4 plus 4.
yet. 11.
Nice. 11 points of healing to Gopher, who is fucked up.
Yeah. What? 20 health now.
Stay in this, guys!
Alright, Jacqueline.
Wait, since
You
when was I
just
down?
hear a Randall hit you.
Since when was I down?
The thunder wave that
Oh,
slammed into you
love
knocked you onto the ground. Jacqueline, you're
I
up. Gopher,
would like
you're on
last.
deck.
In this scenario, I'm not surprised.
Well, she's going to
I
do,
haven't failed.
seeing as the resident kind of cleric has everyone healed. She was going to heal people, but she's like, I don't need to do that. So she's going to ready Incinerate.
Okay, so you cast
Randall
Incinerate.
roll
Roll wild
blood.
magic.
Incinerate is level 2.
At level 2. Okay. For what spell? Because you don't have third level spells.
She doesn't care. She just wants to do damage. She just wants these guys to die.
It wouldn't increase the damage of it. It affects the spell.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true.
So then first level.
Wild magic is good.
Okay. So you essentially imagine in the back of your mind the fiery hatred of this occurring, and in your palms, in your forearms.
She
are
just like she
flames.
just goes like this, and then like her palm
Yeah.
ignites.
Basically, your entire forearms are just coated in this purple flame that's burning.
She holds up the candle then also brightens and flares, goes up to her, she grabs a card, throws it at one of the guys, and she casts Firebolt.
Okay. So go ahead and roll to attack.
On the guy who first attacked over.
Okay, you would have disadvantage against them since they're prone unless you attack this one. Because that one's normal. Same thing.
He hasn't done anything, so I'll take the disadvantage.
He killed me.
That one didn't, did he?
Yeah, that one shot Randall in the face.
Oh! I was like half paying attention.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that one shot Randall and knocked him unconscious.
Oh, okay, then that one.
Okay.
Dumb brat kid.
Randall's dripping out
I should also state, once the Thunderwave triggered and they got blown back, their disguise self spells are faded.
Oh.
And you can
Dragon
see
cultist.
that they have... They're not Dragon Cultist.
Alright, no, nothing.
Nothing good.
I
Okay.
got a fucking 3.
Well, what's your modifier? Oh, yeah, no, it's but it doesn't waste the incinerate, so you're fine.
No.
It's once an attack hits, so.
Well.
Okay.
She doesn't care. She knows what she's doing next turn.
Basically, they have these red hoods on, and they have like these thick goggle-like glasses almost that cover their eyes, and they you can actually now fully see the spring-loaded device that is now destroyed as what it is they have them strapped to their arm, and the rotated curved part that is able to be more flexible that wraps around the person is on their elbow position, so that way they can actually keep it and keep the movement of their arm. Otherwise, it would be a straight blade on your arm that's meant to bend. You're going to just break your arm. Apart from that, they are very normal looking, except on each of their glasses, the piece right here, the intersection part, has a small cover that points upwards that has the symbol of what looks to be a slight explosion mark almost.
It's a bomb. You were bomb.
Okay. Jacqueline's turns up, so go for it, you're up.
Right. I'm gonna use my reckless attack on that guy that.
So you stand up. You don't have to because he's on the ground, so you'd have advantage on hitting him.
Okay. All right. So.
Okay, just so you know, you don't have to because you wouldn't have disadvantage. You wouldn't have. You would already have advantage because he's prone.
Okay. Yeah. I'll just do.
Okay, because
Can other people speak during this turn?
you have like a free action, so yeah, I would say you had a free action during your turn to speak out if you wanted to.
She will speak out and warn Gopher to not be so close to him after he's done attacking.
Can I aim for his arm that has the blade on it?
It's not on it anymore; it's destroyed.
Yeah, nice.
So the thunder wave it exploded and broke off.
Don't worry about it then. All right.
Oh no! For something Jacqueline plans on doing. You don't want to be close to them.
Just so you know, this would be your max movement because you stood up, which was half, and you had to move 15. So if you don't want to do that,
I'd have to redo.
we would be retconning since you would have technically said that before his turn.
Well, then we'll go for this guy then. Fuck that guy.
Okay. So 5, 15.
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead and make a pound. You can actually see that he does have the blade as well.
Oh, god damn it! All right.
You roll d20 to see if you hit with your greatsword.
Yeah, you're right. So
Aim for the weapon. Break the weapon.
6 is it proficiency?
It's proficiency plus your strength.
Wow.
So 3 plus whatever that is, plus 1 because of your blade mastery feat.
Oh yeah.
So you add a plus 1 to basically blades.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, you definitely hit. So go ahead and roll your 2d6.
Oh, right.
2d6 plus strength plus your rage damage.
This guy's just dead.
I should probably get a piece of paper out to keep track of their numbers.
Yes, because this
Assassins are a little bit more beefy than I had initially premised. How much? 9. And that's with plus your strength plus your yeah. You add your strength to it, and you add your rage damage as well.
Yeah, I added the rage already. I didn't add the strength.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's 11.
So 11 points of damage to that one. So
not as much as I did.
all right.
Tomorrow.
Next
I got
up,
one.
we got. Is there anything else you want to do? You still have your bonus action.
Can I heal myself?
Yeah, you can take a potion if you
I'll
want.
use my potion.
Which potion is it? Is it the greater?
Minor heal.
Minor potion? Okay, so 2d4 plus 2. I'll leave that to you. We get to the assassin's turn. So what's going to happen is this one is going to duck down, trying to hide, essentially, and is going to skirt along this pathway and shoot at Shalade, who just threw that device. Not with advantage anymore, because none of that exists. And that's a miss, because she sucks. Just goes to fire, completely hits the door frame above everyone.
Wait, she?
This one did, yeah. They don't have advantage. Because it's not surprise, and
He said young boy earlier, and
the disguised self had revealed that this was a woman.
Oh. Okay.
It was essentially, she was hiding as a young man to try to be like royal prince-esque, essentially.
so the opposite of Jacqueline.
Yeah.
Basically.
That's what she does. So then this one's going to stand up and is going to go 5, 10, 15. This one's going to stand up, go 5, 10, 15. And they're going to pull the table up. So they essentially provide themselves with cover. With a partial half cover, as the table is now upright in this format. This one is going to stand up and attempt to...
You better did. You better did.
You're stuck in here with me.
So what's going to happen is he's gonna pull out a dagger from his side, and with his left arm, go to swing forwards. It's not long enough to reach you.
Nice.
But he drops this. He opens his hand, and the dagger then
Fucking God.
hangs from like a part of the ring that he has on his pinky, and the blade shoots out. I need you to make another dexterity saving throw.
Bastard, dude.
You're not at disadvantage this time, though, because you're not surprised by the fact that this exists.
Gopher, look at it this way. He's now going
Dexterity
to study.
saving. 16? I believe that is a save. So what ends up happening is... Yep, DC is 14. So you take only half damage and you are not restrained. As what ends up happening is you see it coming this time, and you just duck out of the way, and it cuts straight in your shoulder. But you actually wanted it to, because you're looking for this blood rage. So you take... So what's going to end up happening is you're going to take quarter damage from this, because you already would have it.
Oh.
Which is good, because this is actually... okay, that was decent. So 7, 12... Down to... You take 3 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
Which normally was 12.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. So... Yeah, that's what he does. He doesn't have anything else that he can do. No, what he's going to do is he's going to use his bonus action to disengage, and he's going to flee. He's going to go back. And that's what the assassins do. Randall!
Yep, roll for your
Death save, bro. Is
4.
that 4?
Yes.
Alright, that's 1 fail.
I
Alright.
can't remember. Yes. Constitution or anything.
No, the death saving throws are just straight rolls. Chalet is... Or Shayla. God damn, keep getting that name wrong. Because it's a different name from one of our different campaigns. Shayla is going to move up 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Pick up her orb as well. It's nearby.
And hurl it again.
No. You can see that it's got like this vibrating form of it. She just places it back into one of her pouches. From her arm, pulls a single wire, and 3 bolts fire out from it towards this man.
Oh.
We actually had that.
That one's gonna miss.
She's like a make.
That one's also gonna miss. That one hits.
She's like a make-it-yourself cyborg almost.
Some would say a steampunk shooter. She does 4 points of damage to it, to him. And at that point, the compartment, it's essentially, she takes, as she pulls the string, the compartment just falls off afterwards as well. It just kind of slides off of her arm and just slams into the ground. That's what she can do. Zacchaeus, you're up. You are alive, full health, and on your back.
First thing, I'm spend 2 of my dice to heal Randall.
Okay, so you use, how many of your dice?
2 of them.
Alright, so 2d6 plus 2 temp.
That is 10 HP and 2 temp.
10 HP and 2 temp.
And then, are they all in a line?
This one is up 15 feet. These ones are in the same place. This one is off on its own.
Alright, well in that case, I'm still going to use this. I'm going to cast Tidal Wave and have it hit as many of them as I can.
Okay.
Tidal wave.
Yeah, that's a 3rd level druid spell as well. Okay, so
Christ.
how does tidal wave work?
I just conjure a wave, and it crashes up to 30 feet in distance, and it is 10 feet wide and 10 feet tall.
We're all
You're not gonna make that. It's 30 feet in distance.
Let's see.
It can
Well,
be from anywhere, though. It doesn't have to be from me.
the range isn't
So,
30
I
feet.
don't worry
It's
about
30. It's 30 feet in the direction that he throws it, essentially. Tidal wave. Let's see here. Okay, so. Oh, tidal wave is in the other book.
Give me a second.
Xanathars.
Look it up.
Because it's not in that one.
Tidal wave.
Is the other one called Tsunami or something?
Tsunami is where you create.
That's like the 9th level version or something.
It's 8th level. It's absurd.
Absurd.
It's 300
So he has
feet wide.
a 120-foot range, and he can conjure the wave within anywhere within that range. And it can be up to 30 feet long, up to 10 feet wide, and up to 10 feet tall.
Okay, so it's not going to reach. You can absolutely reach these 3 if it's 10 feet wide, because that would be this wide. So you can hit these ones, and yeah, they're not going to get partial cover from the table either. So it's dexterity saving throws, correct?
Yep.
Okay, they do have evasion. So what's the spell save DC?
15.
Okay, that one saves. That one also saves, because their dex... yeah. Oh, it's +4 for their dex.
This is also bludgeoning damage.
Yes. It does. So what ends up happening is, because it goes how far? 50 feet?
30.
30 feet out? Okay, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. It would just barely hit all of them. Unfortunately, they all save the dexterity saving throw. As a result, because of evasion, they all just duck out of the way, and the effect does nothing.
I heard internally nothing.
Assassins, man, they're like asshole rogues. This is why nobody likes rogues or monks. They can just avoid damage. It's like, oh, dexterity saving throw. I automatically take half damage from every dex save ever. I mean, at level 7, but you know. Anyways, anything else you want to do with your movement?
Sorry that I wasted a third level spell slot.
Okay, yeah, you're still on your ground, so I mean, you can kind of curl up.
I'll get up.
You'll get up.
Are you sure?
You still have 15 feet. If you want to move.
You know what? I'll take cover behind the table.
Okay. 5, 10, 15. You kind of duck down underneath the table.
That's it.
Okay.
That's all.
Ryder, you're up.
Wait, what? What'd you say, Lynn?
That's it. That's it.
Oh.
That's everything.
Okay.
Yeah, that's his move, bonus, and action.
I'm going to use well, I want to make this a level 3 spell, Shatter,
Oh,
and place it right on top of them.
that's a 15-foot cube.
It's 10-foot radius sphere.
10-foot radius sphere. Okay, so it won't clip her. It affects objects, though, and that's the important factor. So you're putting it on them?
Yep.
What's the range on it?
60 feet.
Okay, so
I'm
you
fine.
can definitely do that. Roll wild magic. Okay, you're good. So third level shatter. It's normally 2, so it'd do an additional...
No, it's 3.
Shatter's a third level spell?
No, the shadows are 2 level. The second level spell.
Right.
3d8
So on the second level, or...
on second level.
So then it would be 4d8.
Yes.
Okay. So go ahead and roll... well, they have to make what kind of...
Constitution saving.
Constitution, you say?
Yeah.
Oh, boy!
Yeah.
Something that assassins are known for is their con.
Is it? Is it good?
No.
Actually, it's 20.
I was about to say.
The Constitution is actually +2, but not enough to save, because your spell save DC is 14, right?
15.
I rolled only... It doesn't matter, I rolled a 13 and a 12, so...
Oh, okay.
Not enough. So...
Oh, the table explodes.
the table is about to be fucked, and that could also play into some other effects. So, Shatter. Super cool spell. One of my faves.
Glad I took it. Everyone had AoE attacks, I was like, I need one too.
Shatter's a really good AoE attack.
I don't have it.
Are
You are you.
I mean, yeah.
He is the AoE attack.
So they take full
Yeah.
thunder damage as well. So roll 48.
3, 6, 12, and 17.
17 points of thunder damage. That's pretty good. The table explodes from this damage as well. And it explodes into shrapnel, I'll say. So
Do they possibly take damage?
they might. I'm going to have them roll a dexterity saving throw, though. That one saves. That one does not. So this one does not save. This one does. So he just ducks out, and essentially the explosion misses him. This one is going to end up getting stabbed by several different table legs and shrapnel. So you can roll an additional 2d4
2d4?
of piercing damage from wooden shavings.
2.
It's still 2. How much was the original? 17, you said?
Yeah.
Ooh.
How's
Ooh.
the one we've been wailing on?
He's hurt. He's hurt. Because this is the thing. That's the only one that's been hit.
Yeah.
Apart from this.
I thought Short Stack also got hit.
Oh, they got hit by the thunder wave, yeah. But
Wait, I thought
no,
isn't 10-foot radius
That's
sphere
right.
bigger?
You
No.
didn't whack him.
10-foot radius.
I couldn't
So where were you targeting it? Because that would actually matter where you hit it.
Like there. Wouldn't it be like
Here's the thing. This is 15 feet up.
Yeah.
So if this is a 10-foot radius, you're not gonna reach. And in order to hit, you would only hit 2 at most because you can target underneath.
Where's the railing?
It's not enough to reach up though. It's a 10-foot radius.
The railing on the.
That's 15 feet. That's what I'm saying.
On the entire stairs.
The stairs is back here, so 10-foot radius isn't enough to hit the stairs. That's what I'm saying. That's why I was asking, because if it was 10-foot radius, it might have hit if he targeted somewhere else, but it would miss this man most likely if he did.
So it's like this is the upper floor, because I was picturing it like this.
Yeah, it is like that. It's like it's stairs.
So that entire long side is stairs.
This part, not the entirety. These parts are the stairs. It's 5 feet, 5 feet, 5 feet.
What is this? Like, what is this conversation?
It's about stairs. Regardless, so they're pretty injured. They're not by any means out of combat. Jackson, you're up. You still have the firing purple hand going.
She wasn't under burning hands, but I think dexterity. These guys are assholes.
Yep.
She doesn't have fireball.
Also a dex save, anyways.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
I mean, they take.
Evasion makes them take no damage.
That is retarded.
It is. That's why a lot of people don't like high-level rogues or monks, because they will avoid everything. That's damaging. Like, they can avoid traps. They can avoid most magic spells that are meant to do a shit ton of damage. The counteract to that is, like, cold, which is always constitution-based, stuff like that.
Yeah. Here's the way to look at it. Dexterity has the most saving throws in 5e.
Absolutely.
Followed by a tie between wisdom and constitution.
Wisdom. I would say less constitution than wisdom, because wisdom affects a lot more, but regardless.
No, I believe they're
Alright. Well,
it might be different now, but
the lady up the stairs has gotten released, right?
She hasn't gotten hit. Everyone else has been hit.
Okay.
At least someone.
Well, if I can do this,
Yes. What are you gonna ask?
what I want to do is I want to compel duel the lady.
What's the range on Compel Duel?
30 feet.
I mean, you can get closer. But
Yeah, but move me into whatever range I have to.
5, 15, 20, 25, 30. Yeah, that's what it is.
Okay. Compel duel her.
Okay.
And then, so I'm going to do that first. She has to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
Really?
Ooh.
This honestly doesn't matter for what I'm going to do. It's just she has disadvantage on attacking anyone else. So I'm
She rolled a 12, so it does work.
Okay, yeah. So now she.
Hold on. Let's finish. Let's have him finish.
It's about this spell.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So they do. Does it get broken if anyone else attacks?
Yes.
Okay.
So also, she will yell, "No one else attack that one."
Somehow that also brings.
Attack
Yeah.
him? Got it.
Sure.
Wanna help me out?
Realistically, I'm just trying to take one of them out of combat, quote unquote.
That's a valid option, especially from her range.
And also, she does she go to me?
She cannot willingly leave. She cannot willingly go away from you. If she wanted to, she would have to make a wisdom saving throw to try to leave.
For 30 feet, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So she has to be within 30 feet of me.
I think so, yeah.
That is fine. And I just cast Fireball.
Okay, go ahead and roll. She does not have cover or anything. Is Compelled Duel in action though?
Oh, I will. I'm sorry, that was Quicken Spell Firebolt.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, yeah, go ahead and roll to attack then. Cool. You want another one?
No.
Okay.
It fucking rolled a 1.
Alright, yeah, you go to fire and it just slams into part of the beam and skids
At
off.
this point, she just wants to like see what will happen if she punches her in the face with fucking incineration. See if that fucking works.
I mean, it's not wasted at least. So.
I'm getting real sick and tired of these low ass goddamn rolls, and she just wants to be useful.
Happens. Gopher, you're up.
Alright.
Still rage building.
Yep.
Have my
I'll do reckless attack against that guy.
Okay, you just
Probably one
stir it up. Basically, you have him pinned against the wall after the blade missed.
Annoying.
Yes.
So go ahead and roll with advantage now.
Hopefully they go underneath the step. We'll have to find it later.
It might be underneath
Grab more.
the seas down here.
So I got an 18.
Not like
Oh, that'll hit.
we don't have really enough room to look.
I do 2d6, right?
Yeah, 2d6 plus. What's your strength score?
Strength score is plus 5. Just a
Oh yeah, I
modifier,
can't
right?
see.
Yeah.
Plus 2.
So
So it's basically whatever you roll plus 4.
Okay. So I got 10.
10 points of damage to that one. That's a good amount, as you had stabbed him earlier as well. Definitely hurt. Not by any means given up. Anything else you wanted to do?
Nope, that'll be it.
It will be the assassins' turns now. With their cover completely blown away, what's going to happen is this one's going to
They're all
go...
slightly in awe.
They're all really annoyed and terrified. This one's going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, and is going to attack at you with advantage. That's a natural 19. That's a natural 18. So no natural 20, but that will hit. And because they have advantage, they do sneak attack to you as well.
backpack ass.
I'm going to need you to make a Constitution saving throw as well.
15 total.
That saves. So 9, 14, and then normal D6 for short sword.
Yeah, this is very calm music for.
The other music wasn't playing. I don't understand why. I could go to the other music. Hold on. Let me get to the serious battle music, I guess. The one that I was saving for specific fights. Okay.
I mean, to be fair, 3 of us did go down
Valid.
in the first round, so
Very bad. That's
this is pretty
assassin.
serious.
So without the poison added in right now, you take 9 points of damage. Gopher.
Okay.
So 9, and now I'm going to roll for the poison, which will be quarter damage.
Okay.
23, reduced by half is 11, reduced by half is 5. So 5 points of poison damage as well.
Ooh, I'm still good.
This assassin is going to do the same. Oh, that's not good. Also not good. Does a 11 hit you?
No.
That one misses then. This one, seeing that it can't willingly leave its space, it's going to shoot at Jacqueline, which I will do actually after this guy goes his turn. So this one's going to scoot up to Shayla and try to do the spring-loaded trap. So she needs to make a dexterity saving throw, which she definitely saved, the natural 19. So 3d6 out, 5, 8, 11, reduced to 5, and miss. Now the other one's going to shoot at Jacqueline.
Oh, she's doing it. She's doing it.
Well, she doesn't have advantage, and that's a 5 plus. What's your AC? 'Cause that's not
It's 17.
yeah, no, not even close. That's like a 11.
Don't.
Yeah. Not even close.
The spellcasters have the highest AC.
Yeah, I love it.
And it still does nothing for one of us.
Right.
That's what they
Everyone seems
do.
to crit against you.
So, it's now Randall's turn.
Pick it up.
Yeah, we're just caught over here in our little thing because neither of us can see each other.
A war of attrition.
I'm just daring this person to hit me
Hit me!
because you know what'll happen.
Oh yeah, Hellish Rebuke. I mean, yeah.
Hellish Rebuke with
I'm gonna
incineration.
just Elder Blast the one behind Gopher.
You're gonna what? I'll just blast the one attacking Gopher?
Yep.
Behind it, okay.
Yep.
What's the first one?
11.
That misses. Roll a second.
20.
Natural 20?
No.
Oh, that will definitely hit though, so go ahead and roll your d10 plus your charisma.
9.
9 points of damage. That is a fairly hefty damage, especially since he's got splinters. Oh no, that's not the same.
That's not
I just realized I don't remember what my second hit is. I might have the extra damage for this.
Yeah, charisma score. That's what the extra damage is.
Tyler,
It normally doesn't have that.
how long does incineration last for?
Incineration lasts until they succeed on a Constitution saving throw or a minute.
So, like, but for having it, like,
Oh, it lasts a minute, basically.
it lasts a minute.
Yeah. It lasts a minute or until you lose concentration, essentially. That's the downside of the risk of waiting, is that you could lose concentration on it.
It's not like she wanted to fucking wait.
Valid.
Dice won't be rolling.
So what do you? So 9 damage. Okay.
Yeah, I can.
Because what'd you roll in die? You rolled a 5 then on the dice.
Yeah.
So yeah, then it's +4 for that. Okay. Blah, 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 blah.
I'm also gonna, because I can do this as a bonus action.
Yep.
I'm gonna hex curse that same one.
Okay. Hex curse, not hex. Okay. So which one are you hex cursing? This one right here?
Yeah.
So that way I know. I'm going to put a D4 next to it. Okay. So what does that do? It gives you advantage on attacks against them or something?
I gain 3 bonus to damage rolls, score a critical hit on 19s, and if he dies, I get 6 HP.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And he's looking real hurt.
I mean, real hurt is a definitive term.
But he's looking more hurt than
The rest of them?
compared to the rest of them.
Yes. So then it will be...
But-
so, is there anything else you want to do with your movement? Still have some movement.
Can I get...
Yeah, you forgot to do it beforehand.
I didn't actually realize it did it. It gave me extra hits.
I didn't know you. What's the range on putting it on anyways? Is it 30 feet?
Yeah.
Because you're not
I
like...
think it's the same as...
Because if it's 30 feet, you need to get closer. So, in the meantime, we'll do Chalet while you're looking that up. So, or Shayla! Damn!
Yeah, it's
Lynn,
30
you
feet.
fucked us!
I'll get 30 feet with it. Cover within 30 feet.
Okay, yeah, you can go right here, and this will give you some cover as you duck down, but enough range to also reach. Okay. We got... So what she does is, she's going to, from this point, spend a... she doesn't want to be this close to him, so she's going to risk an attack of opportunity to get back. So 5... Let me roll first to see if it hits. No, not with a natural 2. Okay, so back the fuck up, and is instead going to, from the other arm, pull the same shots and fire 3 at that one. That one misses. Also misses. That 3 natural 2s? This dice is dead to me. Are you kidding me?
Make sure that didn't go down the drain.
It didn't. It's got the plug in it, so.
Okay.
But, so she goes to fire, and basically they just go and just spit out the bottom.
They don't even fire, they just fall off.
Yeah, basically. The plug then falls off, and she just shouts, "Fuck!" Alright. With that, that's all she can do, especially with her bonus action. Zakaris, you're up.
I will get up from behind my table and start running towards the melee.
This one? So, this one right here?
The big one. The one on my right.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. You can't get to it. You can get here or here. Because this would be 35. Well, let me see here. So I got 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Yeah, this would be 35, while this would be 30.
Okay. These are humans, right?
Yeah, they're human.
Ish.
They've got studded leather on.
In that case, I'm going to cast Hold Person on that guy right next to me.
Okay, yeah. So you just cast it. It's a wisdom saving throw on his end. That's a natural 20.
Okay, doesn't matter.
No.
Nice.
Yes. So you go to cast Hold Person, and he just breaks out of the bonds from the ground that's essentially trying to grab at him.
James Bond.
And I will cast Shalala on my court.
Okay. On your Nature's Grasp.
Yeah.
Alright.
Are you sure it's not Chalet?
Get out of here.
Or with Shayla.
I will kill all of you. I can right now, in fact.
I don't think you need to try.
3d10.
Ryder, you're up.
I was gonna ask about, who has the little weapon thingy
What weapon thingy?
on their arms.
So essentially,
Oh, I get it.
this
the one
one.
I have marked is the only one without it.
Yeah, this is the one that broke. The thing is that when they triggered them, they didn't retract. They essentially they essentially attached to this portion of their arm, and is essentially now acting as a short sword blade.
Okay, so which ones do we heard a lot?
Yeah, he's also got a short sword as well.
Wow, that was broke. Shattered.
Well, no, I'm not talking about that. But he's got
I'll
a
do
short
the
sword.
one that's facing the way in the back.
This one?
Yeah, I'm gonna hit that with heat metal.
Which part? They've got studded leather on, so they've got some metal pieces on their armor as well.
And
Or the blade that's on their
yeah, it's
armor.
gonna be the blade.
Okay. So he can't really drop it either, so he just takes the damage because it's attached to his arm, and it would take. You guys wouldn't know this, but it would take a good solid 5 minutes to take it off of his arm.
I'm not
So he's not going to be doing that.
I mean,
Right, so
I
You basically
think we
heat
Should I
up.
roll for wild magic first?
Yeah, roll for wild magic. Basically, you heat up the entirety of the blade, and it like a bunch of the springs also begin to like course up in heat, and it's just arms start to sizzle. It's just like it's just trying to shake it off as it's just getting white burn.
D10.
It's 3d8 for each turn. Little check on heat metal. That's Meteor Storm. That's not it. It's a completely different spell.
close enough.
It's just 20d6 of damage.
It would
Or
be
20d10, sorry.
And it would also, I'm pretty sure, doesn't it have hit like
It hits-
everywhere?
It's like it hits 4 10-foot radiuses. Heat metal. Where is it? I'm not seeing it here.
Right. Oh.
I'm not seeing heat metal. Oh, there's harm. Heat metal, there it is. Okay, 2d8 fire damage. At second
2d8,
level.
okay.
Yeah. If it was at third, it would do 3.
Oh.
Has he cast at that level?
He cast it at second.
10.
Much to shatter.
10 points to that guy who's now getting. He's hurting. You can see he's got like several cuts into him, but he's still pretty hardy for what these guys are. At this point.
Oh, hang on, and then I'm gonna go get a little closer. Just like right there.
Okay. Jacqueline.
Just do firebolts again.
Okay.
I guess.
Go ahead and
I
fire.
fucking miss.
You don't know that.
Stupid fuck dice. Does 15 hit?
Yeah.
Okay.
Stop complaining about your dice roll. If you don't know if it's gonna hit, it's just like Rex when he was saying,
I
"Oh,
wasn't complaining like at all, dude. I was just like, just 15 hit.
Yeah.
Okay, finally it actually like does something. You know, I got a 3 and a 1 first 2 times.
That
Alright.
does suck. Okay, so it does 2d10 and then additional d8s.
Alright.
Yeah, 30 minutes might finish this kind of package.
Maybe.
3,
It's kind of really hard.
5, and then 16.
16 points of damage. Alright, so you go and fire this firebolt, and it finally collides with her chest and just bursts into flames. There's just purple parts that are just like ignited onto her studded leather. She tries to pat it off, and it just shifts around her hand when she's trying to move it. Anything else you want to do with a bonus action or movement?
With a bonus action. She'll move slightly closer.
How much closer?
Just up the stairs.
15 feet away.
Yeah, that's it.
Then we've got Gopher. Still raging with these two people right next to you.
Yes. All right. All right. So which one of these guys?
The one that's
The one against the wall is burning right now, so.
burning. He's got. He's been hit by you several times.
Yeah. Well, all right. We'll just finish this guy up. Use my reckless attack, I think.
Alright, go ahead and roll to attack. With advantage as well.
Oh.
13 plus your modifier is going to hit. It's going to hit. So, go ahead and roll your 2d6 plus your rage, so plus 4 essentially. 12 points. This guy is really hurting. He is not too happy.
My God, he's dying.
He's not dying though. He's closer. He's about bloodied at this point.
Alright.
I also would like to point out, I love it how no one has come to our aid yet.
At the end of this turn is actually when I was going to have it, essentially. Because, remember, everything is only taking 6 seconds.
Yeah.
This is the second turn of combat. This
This is only the second fucking turn?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The first attack.
Oh.
Yeah, the first one was the sneak around. Alright, that's going to miss stabbing at you.
Which one?
The one that has the heat metal. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, because he would normally have disadvantage because of the heat metal.
Yep.
He would have advantage because of that. That was a natural 3 on the roll, so he's not going to hit. The other one, though, is not intimidate and is still going to attempt to stab the shit out of this man who is not dying by any circumstance. With advantage, that's going to absolutely hit. Maybe a credit. No. So that was a natural 19, plus all that. So with advantage, I'm going to do the sneak attack first. Constitution saving throw. Shit, dude. So,
Total 7.
total 7. Okay, so you do fail. So you take. Let me roll for the entire damage on the blade first, and then we'll get to poison. You take reduced down 8 points of slashing damage, and then poison. How many hit points do you have?
10.
All right, that's not. Well, it might not be enough because 6 or 7d6s might not be enough. I'm at 8 right now though, so because it needs to get to 20.
Well, I was at 10 before that 8 slash.
Oh, so you're down to 2 right now.
Yeah.
Oh, this is gonna knock you unconscious. I don't even need to roll. Yeah. So you fall unconscious. Just the pulse of the blood of the wound knocks you ill. That's it. That's his turn. This one is going to try to shoot at the woman who just blasted him. Also, Constitution saving throw first. Fail. So it takes another d8 fire. It's gonna fucking try to shoot you.
That's 5.
5. Alright. Does she get to save against a compelled duel every turn, or
Only if she moves 30 feet away.
only if you get to move 30 feet away? It's basically stuck on her until you decide it's gone or someone else attacks her.
I think it has a duration, but I have no idea.
Well, she's gonna miss again with a natural 3 trying to shoot at you. She's at this point gonna run out of fucking crossbows and gonna start running at you trying to punch you at this point because she can't shoot anything.
The most intense battle over there.
This one is going to approach Dracaris and try
My
to
next turn, it is
stab.
about to get pretty serious for
And is gonna miss with his short sword. This dice is also all my dice are bad.
It's not the dice.
It is.
Stop complaining about your dice rolls.
And it's
Damn
all
it.
come full
It's
circle.
come full D20. Okay.
You get out now. I'm not
Randall's turn.
Out the window.
Randall, you're up.
Uh,
Zacchaeus is cutting cheese apparently with a saw blade.
No, that'd be cool.
Just going
I'm
cutting down
gonna
trees for the
also
log
hex
cabin.
that
Just
one.
cutting his table.
What are you doing?
I'm hexing
You're attacking
I'm hexing it.
You're also casting hex on it. Roll wild magic. Are both of them concentration?
No.
Well, that sucks for that dude, man. So yeah, go ahead and roll wild magic, man.
1.
All right, roll percentage dice. Let's see what happens.
Oh, yeah, that's
37.
fun.
What?
37.
37.
If I remember correctly, I'm floating.
Let's find out. Could be something cool.
You ignite and blow up. In a 200-foot radius.
God damn it. It's gonna take forever to do.
Oh no. God damn it.
Not my fault. He's the one that rolled it. All right.
It's not my fault.
So what ends up
Don't
happening?
play my thing.
3 weird jellyfish-like creatures appear out of nowhere, about 60 feet from Randall.
Don't tell me they're attacking him.
They are horribly frightened of him. Let me look up what these things fucking are, as they're called flumps.
I got the clumps.
I don't even know what this creature is. I think they're pretty docile. Let's fuck with. They look like this.
Yeah.
They look like this creature. Ryder. They look like jellyfish-like monstrosities, and are frightened of you.
I can't remember. Can they speak common?
They can speak telepathy.
They can speak telepathy. That's a pretty handy language there.
Do they attack?
They'll go at your turn as well. But you still get your attacks off. So
And then I'm just gonna Eldritch Blast.
okay. Go ahead and roll 2 Eldritch Blasts.
21. Another 20. Not crit.
Okay.
So I need to think of how much bonus I get to my.
So it's +3 plus your charisma, so that's +7 in total.
And
then it's a D10 for damage, and then a D6 for hex. So this person's gonna get fucked up here. It's like he's about to get 2D10, 2D6 plus 14 essentially.
5 plus 3 plus L.
Plus 7, so that's 15 on the first one.
Is he dead?
Nope.
Okay.
He's not taking that much damage. Definitely fucked him up.
Another 8 plus.
So another 15.
Yep.
Jesus.
So that guy just took 30 damage.
Yeah, he's still standing. He got 2 massive holes in the back of his, like, just spinal column as he got blasted. And,
I hex and these creatures appear, and then my Eldritch bolts just go off around these creatures.
I'm trying to figure out what these flumps are gonna fucking do. I have no idea.
I'm pretty
Hold
sure
on,
they're afraid, so they run from me.
They are afraid, and they will run. However, this one, before running, once per day, can do this. It's going to... I'm going to need Ryder and Randall to make dexterity saving throws.
I'm pretty sure I have to make a check to do anything that could damage me.
It's not going to damage you. Oh, it just has disadvantage if it was going to damage you.
It's a what check?
Dexterity. What'd you roll? Okay, well you fail. What's your
I
time?
got a 19.
Okay, you
I
save.
essentially am the...
Basically what happens is it inks. It shoots out this disgusting spray that just reeks. It hits you. You duck out of the way. You like dive behind a table. And
I just wanted to sail over the table.
you just reek for 4 hours. It's horribly disgusting. And the creature is basically you are poisoned for this time. It doesn't harm you, but that means is you have disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks. And any other creatures are also poisoned within 5 feet of you for the duration. So right now, Shayla is also technically poisoned until getting away from you. Basically, you reek. The rest of them are just going to now flee. So 5, 10, 15, or 30. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. It's going to go up 15 there. This one's going to go hide in this corner. Okay. That's what they do, because they're just afraid of you. They're not going to fucking fight you.
Sorry.
You created jellyfish that then inked
Can I sense their telepathy?
No, they can sense yours. They also don't speak common, so...
Oh, so they don't understand.
No, not a word. Alright, now, at the top of the initiative order, what ends up happening is... several people are essentially emerging... not Rex, because Harvey would not allow this to happen. A full squadron of people. We've got your 3 guards...
Weren't they with us actually?
No, they were left back by the cart.
I thought they came. I thought they came in with us to get the.
I don't remember that. We got her friend, her brother, And I'll use the Reaper figure for what's his name? The other one. The glasses wearer looker woman. I don't remember what. This is the archer, this is the brother, and this was the other tiefling.
Mm.
Who's got a short sword at his side. And they all just rush into the room. So we got 5, 10.
Can Randall get a reaction? Get him.
Sure. They essentially gathered what they needed to, but they spent their entire turn essentially sprinting out here after gathering their gear.
I'm fine with that. I said guards.
These ones are also not going to stay here.
I'm in charge of the guards. You are not.
I'm in charge of you.
No, you are technically, if that is ever brought up, you're completely different from me.
All right. That's what they do. That's their entire turn, though. So Shayla, I almost said, is going to get the fuck out away from you because you reek. 5, 10, 15, 20. And seeing what happened to Gopher and the 2 massive holes, pulling from her leg, she then aims it very carefully and pulls 3 more strings that are on her leg and fires 3 more blasts of an arrow.
Next, she's just gonna put her head down and go like this.
Let me roll.
Does she go back?
Natural 1.
God.
So that one hits. That one hits. That one does not. So 1 more hand crossbow of damage.
What happens
For 2 points damage on minimum damage.
What happens with the nat 1?
And that one doesn't do anything. It just misses. It's not strong enough to essentially fire. So essentially that also then falls off. Out of 9 shots, 2 have hit. She has a +4 modifier to these. She just hasn't rolled higher than a 5 on the ones that have hit.
There's a reason I said hand. Miss.
Shut up. That's what she does. She doesn't really do anything else. Zakaris.
I'm gonna club that dude.
So hard.
4.
Okay, so
Big
go
dick
ahead.
Swinging.
She'll also finish her turn here, so that way you have advantage. She would know to position herself in an annoying way. Then.
That is natural 20.
All right, well, you go ahead and roll a hit. That was important. So that's a D8 plus your wisdom plus your strength, right? Oh no, you just use your wisdom instead of your strength.
Yep.
+1 because Nature's Grasp is a +1 quarterstaff.
Just thwacks this guy across the face.
I cast a flash. He instantly died.
Minus 17 points of damage.
Oh!
How many?
17.
Oh, they said 70. I was like,
70. No, that's Meteor Storm level. 17 is really good, though. They're all at pretty much bloodied states right now.
As I said, big dick swinging.
Anything else you want to do? You still have a bonus action.
Against her too.
What was that?
Can I punch her with my offhand?
Sure. Go ahead and roll to attack. Well, your hand isn't a finesse weapon.
Your hand.
Well, I was about to say that's a specific.
That's a
monk
monk thing. Yeah, you don't have a finesse weapon for your offhand, especially if a quarterstaff is 2-handed.
It is too.
I can one-hand it though, and I can still use a D8 because of Shayla.
Oh. Your fist is still not a finesse weapon, however. It also wouldn't probably do much of anything other than 1 point of damage.
I have nothing. I'll just stand there and sneer at her.
That's fine. You can glare for a bonus action.
I give her the demonic stare.
Yeah, that's
boy.
valid. All right, Ryder.
right,
Jacqueline, you're on
so
deck.
what's with this ink? What's wrong with
You just smell and basically have disadvantage on your attacks and ability checks
For 4 hours.
for 4 hours.
Is it considered a poison or?
Yes.
I'm
It's
just gonna.
he
does it
himself
just-
is not poison.
Oh, okay. I'm
It's
just
just
gonna.
he's so distracted from the smell.
Well, I'm gonna recast heat metal with my bonus action.
Is it a bonus action or is it an action?
I'm pretty sure it's a bonus.
Pretty sure recasting for
Well,
most spells as well.
I feel like we've looked this one up, and I think it is actually a bonus action. I'll look it up. So regardless, he's gonna fail whatever. So go ahead and roll your 3d8 fire damage.
I thought it was 2.
2d8. I thought you casted it at the level. That's fine. Yeah, 2d8 damage. Yep, bonus action to cause the damage again. 6. Roll on the table, please. 7, so 13 points of fire damage. This one is
One more time.
They were gonna try.
for what are you doing?
They were
My action?
definitely gonna try
It's
to
not going to work that way, unfortunately.
Dang it.
I'm lenient towards some things. I'm not going to allow you to be like, damage because bonus action. Damage again because I still have my action.
Alright. Move me to the guy up there.
You can hit it.
It actually
Yeah.
turns around and does
And then stabby stab with my rapier.
Okay. Go ahead and roll to attack. You do not have
He's
advantage
also not poisoned.
What?
because Gopher's unconscious. So
Well, but I'm at disadvantage.
why are you at disadvantage? Oh yeah, you're at disadvantage. What?
Would you still be able to do? You casted a spell that
You didn't
was
recast. It's effect
Oh
where
yeah, I had a natural 20, but I rolled a 15.
it's,
so,
it's just basically part of the effect where you can just have it continuous.
Oh, okay.
19.
You should be still.
19 with a
Yeah.
with, oh okay yeah that hits.
My good roll was natural 20, so.
Oh, all right. Well, yeah, definitely hits. So go ahead and roll your d8.
And
plus
then
your-
I'm gonna blah, blah, blah.
You're gonna do your whispers.
Yeah.
So then 2d6 in addition to that. These two that fucked up Gopher are really fucked up.
We protect our people.
10.
10 points of damage plus your dex.
Yeah, I'm just
Oh,
making sure that no one else
yeah.
goes over and tries to.
So plus 2.
Yeah, 12.
So 12 points of damage. These two are pretty close to dead. They are not standing very well. You can see that blood is pouring out of them. One of them's clutching his nails into his face as he's hearing these horrible whispers and murmurs that are affecting his brain. Your brain. Jacqueline, you're up.
Okay. Well, does she see that? Does she see that this person has anything on her arms or whatever, like that contraption thingy?
You can see that she does have those.
Is there any kind of reaction that people can take when someone approaches them?
Yeah, you can hold your action for if someone gets close.
And she didn't do that?
She did not do that.
Okay. Then Jacqueline will approach this person.
Okay.
And Moon Shadow.
Okay, go ahead and roll to attack. You don't get advantage or anything for
Yeah,
Compel Duel, right?
fine. No, I do not. I
Okay.
wish I did. I hate this dice. I hate this dice so much.
Don't blame the dice!
I mean, it's fine. No, I am my turn.
Okay.
With a face down.
So you go to swing and it just gets caught into the part of the balcony as it is.
Well, the other thing,
You still do have a bonus action as well.
for her bonus action, she's going to radiate incineration.
Okay, so you cast Incinerate. Go ahead and roll Wild Magic.
Got another freaking one. I was going to cry. 8. We're fine.
Alright. So, once again, your forearms just pulsate with this vein of purple fire. Gopher, death saving throw.
Alright.
1.
Get it.
Fuck.
Is it a natural one?
No,
Oh.
it's a 2.
Alright, hey, that's better than natural one. So that's one failure.
God damn it.
It's the assassin's turn. Now that the big man has finally gone down, so he's gonna turn and stab at Ryder.
Stab him.
He's also poisoned because he's next to him.
That's a valid point there. He's got disadvantage on it. Yeah, that's a 2. And that's a 9. Good call on that one there, Randall. I would have forgotten. It wouldn't have mattered because the first roll was a 2 anyways. But yeah. The other one also wouldn't have hit. So he goes to swing, and right as he does, he goes, he retches.
Yeah, it's bad. Eat it. and then you go for the other goes.
It's bad. It's real bad. Because that one sees that, he's got heat metal anyways. He's going to be at disadvantage no matter what he does. He's going to go 5, he's going to say 5, 10, 15. And is going to try to stab at her. Normally would have advantage. Now it doesn't because of the fact that
Yeah, I'm next to him. And heat metal.
he has still disadvantage
'Cause he has
because
two
he's
things.
got 2
Disadvantage.
disadvantages onto him. That would hit. And that would super hit because that would have been an extra. But that's a 12 plus its effect, so that still would hit. She needs to make a Constitution saving throw. Saves, so half damage. Not sneak attack either, so that's a d6 plus 3, so that's 8 points of damage. And then the poison half is 18.
How amazing is this goddamn poison?
76.
What the fuck?
So 21 reduced to 10.
Acid.
She's hurting. This poison is deadly. That's what assassins are meant to do.
They combine.
They did
poison and
48
acid.
damage to Sikaris on the first turn.
Yeah.
They're meant to kill you in your sleep. That is their goal.
Didn't they also do that same amount to Randall?
Yeah, they did a lot of damage to 2 people immediately because of the assassinate feature.
What about me?
It did less because you halved it.
Yeah.
It still would have done way worse.
I would have died.
Okay, Randall, you're up. That's... Oh no, it's this one's turn. Since you're up this close, all she can do is pull a short sword and try to... Or no, she's going to try to do the one thing and latch out with that. So you need to make a dexterity saving throw.
I'm using.
I still believe in it. Good, because I got a fucking nat 20.
Hey! So what happens is, right as she does this, you've already seen this before, you just go, and it just nicks part of your face. From
And at the same time, she's like, yes, I dodged it. Fuck, I dodged it.
You take 3 points of damage.
Oh, she still takes damage?
Yeah, you still have to take half
This
damage.
person's fucked.
Yeah, she takes 3 points of damage as I rolled 6 for 3d6. So then Hellish Rebuked,
Oh, absolutely.
and then it's also with the Incinerate.
Yeah.
So that's, what, a dexterity save on her end?
Probably.
This purple is white flames over us.
I think it is.
Dex save, successes have, yeah.
Well,
3d10. Oh, yeah.
she failed.
She failed.
So she still takes half damage because of evasion,
Oh, yeah.
but
Fucking
the Incinerate is still on her. So she would have to save from 2 of them at this point.
Oh, yeah, she still has that.
Yeah.
Did she do
The
that?
damage doesn't stack, but essentially she would need to get rid of both of them. So it will stay on her until she gets rid of both of them.
But did she do that at the beginning of her turn?
Ah,
Did
She
she do the
did
Constitution
not.
saving throw at the beginning of her turn?
What's your spell save DC?
14.
She saved by getting a 14. So
Okay.
the 1's gone. But now it's back on again.
Potentially.
Not potentially, she's already hit by it.
So she is 3d10.
3d10 plus a d8. So
she literally.
yeah.
Yeah.
Finally!
And then
Well,
this
okay,
purplish
that's
white
10.
flames, and it's just.
It's 12.
She
That
just
is
hurt.
20, so she takes 10 from that.
Okay.
If she survives.
And then, so that's another 7.
Alright. So, you ignite her with a purplish, eruption of flame from underneath. She tries to dodge out of the way, but right as it does, it just catches onto her and then just engulfs half of her. She's still alive, but she is burning away at this point. Okay. Randall.
Hellish Rebukes is like the best thing that Tieflings have.
Tieflings also get darkness, too. So don't forget that. You have a single cast of darkness.
Since when was I told this?
Level 5! I told you that a while ago.
Yeah.
I know for a fact I did.
Well, I didn't write it down then.
Yeah, you have a single use of
Darkness.
darkness,
Shit.
which would have been kind of useful.
Yeah, I didn't even know I had that.
Darkness is a very interesting.
It can be both. So what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna shoot the one.
Which one?
Same one I've been shooting. I marked one.
All right. Go ahead and fire.
Miss.
All right. Second roll.
Another miss.
Okay. So you just fire off. They just slam into the wall.
I'm very concerned about not hitting Torque.
Okay.
Not hitting right.
Or Gopher, who's nearby.
Yeah. It was on the ground.
He's bleeding out. All right. So now it's gonna be these guys' turn. So this one is gonna go here and just release. He's got the bow that has the weird scope on it still, so he actually kind of has to turn his head away to not use it. But he launches with his longbow.
Why? So the archer figure is the brother, and then one that's not an archer, the one that.
Oh no! I grabbed the wrong figure. That's all. There we go. I grabbed the wrong one, and then so get closer. Go further back. That will hit. Does a D10 plus mysteriously an extra D6. Which was a 1, so that's 8 plus that. Okay, so it goes to fire. You can see this arrow just go and just puncture into his shoulder. And he took 13 points of damage. Damage. Ooh. Okay. Now it's gonna be your guard's turn. So it's gonna go here. Take a swing with his spear in both hands. That will hit miraculously and does a D8 of damage. For 8 points of damage. Fucking good job, dude. Promotion time. The other one is going to do the same. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, but get advantage now. Good thing you got it. Didn't help him. So he misses. This one.
Is that the one who also got really effed up in the card?
Yeah. Sure, we'll go with that. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. No. 5, 10, 15,
He gets close,
20.
he can smell Jordan.
25, 30. He's also going to just take a swing at him with a spear. That will hit. D8. 6 points of damage.
Good job, guys. Collectively, you did 14.
Hey, that's better than some.
Yeah?
This is gonna... 5, 10, 15, 25, 30, 40, 45. And is going to swing. Yeah. And then he'll go over here and spin just one.
Everyone's
He smells it and goes, oh! No. Oh, actually. Oh, monks don't get that ability yet, do they? They immune to poison. I think that's a little sad. No, evasion 7. I think they get it at like level 10 or something. Regardless, he's just going to go there and it's going to do punch, punch, punch. Swing 3 fists. Natural 20 on the first. Natural 1 on the second. And 15 for the third, so 2d6. That's 1, 2, so 3 plus his dex, so plus 8 in total because of 2 hits. 11 points of damage. I know we're on time. This guy is barely standing. Like, you can see he's woozy. He's got fists thrown into him. He's got stabs, arrows,
He has 1
burn. He's barely there.
2
Barely.
health.
But it's not a barrel.
This one is going to instead...
Just throw a rock at him.
Yeah, the
You have
brother.
slings!
Yeah, you do have slings. Could have thrown those the entire time.
Yeah, I could have.
Instead of stinking up the place.
Okay. So what he's going to do is something a little bit unprecedented. Unorthodox. He is going to cast Levitate on this one. He needs to make a wisdom saving throw. Fails. This guy floats 20 feet into the air and is now stuck in the ceiling, basically. He cannot move because he's not touching the ceiling currently. And he has nothing that he can do. He can't even save against it. He's basically out of combat right now.
Good idea. It's a good idea.
How high
Same
is the
idea I
ceiling?
had with this person.
The ceiling's 30 feet high because it's got to be 15 to the second, another 15 so that way you're not bashing your head for tall people.
So he's still.
He's fucked right now. He's basically in the air by 20 feet. He can't move or do anything. He doesn't even have a light crossbow.
But he's still within my range.
He is. You have a floating target right now. I would give you advantage on these attacks. because you were shooting at a kite. In a movable object. Alright, that's all of their turns.
Just think of
What
how
happens
much
when
damage
I'm
I'd do if I critted on him.
Yeah, he's basically dead. Chalet, at this point, is going to just stab at this dude. She pulls out a dagger and tries to shank him. Hits. D4.
Dead.
It might not be. He has 6 health. I'm going to take the D4 back. Hey, kills him. Does 7 points of damage. And blood just oozes out of his throat as he finally, one is dead.
1.
Yep, 1. That was the big bulbous dude, though, that was disguised as it before.
The fat guy. So you had. I want to
Wait,
be
The Karis.
Did somebody die?
Yeah, this one did.
Oh.
Not yours. Not yours that would heal you. Zakaris,
Yes.
what are you doing?
Just remember he's done.
That guy who I've been beating up is still right in front of me, right?
He's dead.
He's dead. He died.
Well, who's left? I can't really.
There is this one here. This one here.
And then a
And
guy
then
on
one
the
that's
ceiling.
floating up 20 feet.
I'll go for the guy in the corner.
Okay. Up here? Right here?
Yep. Yeah.
5, 15. It won't be smelly.
Smelly.
Okay. Gopher is also unconscious 2 feet from you. Or 10 feet from you.
On my way running up to the guy, I will expend the last of my dice to heal him.
Okay. Just because I figured you probably couldn't tell from your range. Okay, so 3d6.
You get 12 back. You get max healing.
Great. Is it max? Because you're level 5, aren't you? So don't you have 3d6?
I can only expend up to half of my level rounded down.
Ah, so 2.
Yeah.
So yeah. So you get 12 and then 2 10 as well.
2 10s?
Yep. Those would go first before anything else.
Holy shit.
I will now hit him.
32. What? Oh, you said 2 10s?
2 temps.
Oh,
Temporary hit
Okay.
points. Not 32.
I was
Not
like, what
32.
the-
Not 12 plus 2 10s.
Right, yeah.
Why is that?
Man, I'm suddenly way more invigorated than I thought. Okay. So what are you gonna do?
Gonna just smack him.
Smack him? You
Yeah,
got it.
across the head.
You got advantage
With the backhand or the front hand?
with the club, with the full hand.
Does,
21 to hit.
Yeah.
Does flanking still work with the guy who's smelly?
Yeah, it would be.
Yeah.
If anything, it'd make it better.
The guy is poison.
Yeah, he's basically dying. Yeah. Okay, so you definitely hit. So
And
go
he has
ahead.
heat metal.
That is 8 points of damage.
8 points of damage. Ooh. This guy is not gonna be surviving the start of Riders next turn, which, speaking of which, Rider, not even looking. Snap. 3d8 damage. 2d8 damage.
13.
He's dead. I was like, man, if he rolls anything higher than a 7, this guy's fucked. Alright, so basically he incinerates. You see, he gets clubbed in the face, and it brings up his arm, and what ends up happening is the club presses down on the blade and just starts to cut into his arm. And the heat metal just pulses, and you can see fire engulfing as his blood is boiling over, and he just falls over dead.
If you have any range, you can start picking at the guy floating.
Yeah, it's your turn still, so you still have an action.
We got a guy floating and the guy in the duel.
I mean, I like the guy who's floating.
You
You okay? With me.
I mean, the compelled duel was literally just to get her out of the initial combat. 2 of them are dead, so it accomplished its goal.
Yeah. Man, I was gonna do something ton, but.
You're tired of people being floated.
Fish is mockery.
Okay. On her?
Yeah.
Alright, so wisdom saving throw on her end.
No, it just ends.
Well, no, I'm saying for his spell.
Yeah.
Fails, so it does 2d4 plus disadvantage on its next attack.
It's only 1d4.
2d4 because you're level 5.
Oh, yeah, good point. 4.
I think you add your charisma modifier.
Oh, then a total of.
I think. Let me double check on that. But no, you don't.
Okay, so just 4.
So 4 points of damage. And I'm fat. You're fat.
Mom fat.
Don't make fun of me.
Don't make fun of me.
Right, just crashes in from the side of the building.
And Gopher has no idea.
What he thinks is that we're mocking him.
Alright. So that's your turn. Anything else you wanted to do? You still, no, you do not have anything else unless you wanted to move.
You do that?
No.
I did.
Okay.
In the middle of everybody.
Jacqueline, you're up.
Oh my god.
Man, if somebody had a fireball spell, this would be real bad.
We're real lucky he didn't ever have to roll a lot of magic.
No,
well,
'cause, yeah, it's a now too.
Right.
do I notice that the compelled duel is gone?
Yeah, you would feel that the spell effect fade from you. It's still concentration.
Okay, then she'll look around the room, realize that two of them are dead, and be like, accomplish my goal. Alright. Swing!
Alright, so you swing.
Swing.
How did I just realize, you know how bad a fireball would be? I'm pretty sure everyone in this tower gets hit.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's 20-foot radius, so if it put here, it would hit this.
So almost everybody.
Yeah, but it wouldn't hit Randall, wouldn't hit this one.
Well, let's look at this. Wild magic cast at level 5.
It's 30-foot fireball.
That increases
17.
range.
No, it doesn't. What was that?
17?
17 does hit.
Okay.
Ooh.
So-
Same piece of the damage.
What is the damage on Divine Smite?
Divine Smite, I believe, is 2d8.
2d8?
It's either 2d8 or 2d6.
Got
I'll look that
I
up for you.
have it.
This is a lot of,
Grapple smite, correct?
No, Divine Smite.
No, Divine Smite. Pretty sure it's 2d8.
Yeah, I think it might.
Yeah, 2d8 for first level spell slot.
So this is a lot of rolling, so I need a d12,
2d8, and then a d4.
a d8, and then a d4. And then I also need to subtract 1 to my health, but I haven't gotten hit. Oh, no, I took 3 damage, right?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna remember that. D12. Moon Shadow. Bam. 11.
Ooh, okay.
D8. That's 5. That is an 8. And then 4. 1.
So 20 right now.
20.
Plus your
and then
damage.
plus damage bonus is 2?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, plus 2.
So 22 points of damage. How do you want to kill her?
Oh! Just...
Slice through her?
Yeah.
Alright,
Not anything special.
yeah, out of fury, the flames you bring down and kind of coalesces around the moon shadow, and it cuts into her, and then the flames burn further and further in, and then you just slide it out as she's just got a massive gash in her collarbone and blood dripping out. She's now dead. So now you got the one floating dude. I'm going to assume this is going to be no problem. No initiative needed. Is anybody going to kill him, or what's the plan?
Anyone want him alive to talk to him? If
No.
I'd rather keep him alive.
Okay.
Well,
Also,
no,
like,
she's
why
saying
he's
no.
here?
Exactly. And what happened to people who own this freaking...
At this point, you
Can I
also...
shoot? Like, can I do the same thing as I was doing with Mr. Batman? Just start shooting by him and
Sure, you
ask him
can go ahead and
questions.
scare him. You'll at this point also the brother will go up to Shayla, whisper into her ear. He says you have about a minute before he goes back down.
Okay, I'll talk to him quick. Let me talk to him.
I'm ready. to
Tell me,
Eldritch Blast.
why are you here?
I have nothing to say to you.
No way.
He's firing near him. He's
I'm
not hitting him.
him.
Still?
Can I roll
No,
intimidation?
No. Well, you can roll intimidation. That's fine.
What did you do to the people at the end?
Hang on a second.
I mean, we wanted to reserve the room, so we killed her. Killed him.
What was your... Did you just attack us with defense, or did you plan this?
Do you see that man on the ground over there? He's huge. It's not our fault that we were pissed scared of him.
21.
He's scared too.
Terrified of me.
He's still scared. That's why he's talking now.
So, so you just attacked us because you were scared. No other no other reason.
No. You can make an insight check if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Randall's got a passive of 13.
That's fine.
Insight, you said?
Yeah.
12.
Yeah, you believe him.
Okay.
It's got no reason to lie, you feel?
Why are you here in the first place?
To relax. You can go ahead and roll another insight if you want to.
15.
Roll this one.
Yeah, you both can tell he's lying. What'd you roll?
Not enough.
What'd you roll?
Lower than my passive.
That's fine. He rolled pretty bad, so regardless, you know that he's
Okay.
lying.
What did you?
You roll a 7.
Who hired
you
you to
matched
do
me.
Yeah.
Who hired you to do this?
I rolled
Who are you
real bad.
after?
Oh god.
Stay silent. Doesn't stop.
Tell me what's your
He's just firing. Okay.
what's your name?
Can I roll
My name's not important.
Can I roll another intimidation to make him die?
How much are they paying you?
Oh wait.
They. Trying to think of what he would say during the circumstance. I never saw the gold.
Okay, has it been a minute yet?
You have about 2 more
Okay.
insertions because it's been 6 seconds per talk essentially.
If you don't tell us who sent you, we might have to kill you, so I would cooperate.
I'm dead either way.
You might not know, we might keep you alive if you cooperate with us.
Are you being deceitful? Do you plan on killing him?
Randall does.
Let's say yeah.
Okay, so then roll a deception check. So add your plus 10 to this.
Randall's as good as
29.
All right. So what was your question again?
If you tell us everything, we'll let you live.
Fine, but I want the gold from my boss.
See, I now cast Seed of Paranoia on him because I talked to him for a minute.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Has to be alone.
It has to be alone?
Yep.
Does it? Oh.
When you read it, it's Seed of Paranoia when you are talking with a target for more than a minute alone.
I didn't write that down.
I double checked that because I knew for a fact that this circumstance would happen. I knew immediately, they're going to interrogate someone, he's going to try to. I'm like, I need to remember this.
Okay. Alright, then where's your boss?
It's over there. He's beating the shit.
Dead.
He points to the one that's dead over there, and then he starts to float down.
The rich one.
His demeanor was rich. The disguise self changed him back to basically looking like the rest of them.
Alright, so this is the guy who hired you to kill us, or?
Well, he is just the one that took the money. I don't know anything about who he is.
All my stuff.
Alright, then. Who sent you to do this?
So he basically lands
Yep, and I'll
surrounded by everyone.
I'll go in front of the dead boss's body.
Okay.
To tell us
Randall's
before we
got
give you
his
this
glass
gold
ready if he tries anything.
Okay.
who sent you and why.
We were told by a man in Waterdeep that a caravan would be coming with some people that we would want to kill. Apart from that, we don't know anything else. We don't know if you're the ones we're supposed to or not. But what are you rolling?
Insight.
Okay.
12.
That's what roll.
I believe him, I'm guessing.
What'd you roll? What was your dice?
So
It's not.
I have
It's not.
10.
Yeah, it's not going to be. Okay. Yeah, you both believe him.
still waiting for him to make the attacking.
He fully believes that he will live if he says what he wants or what they want. So with a 4 for insight, there's no way he's going to be like, "You're lying to me," with 25 more points higher than him.
God. I mean, Randall's got it ready for him to try.
I figured.
Randall don't
Where was your employer from? Do you know?
Waterdeep.
Waterdeep, okay.
He works with the Cult of the Dragon. That's as far as I know.
That's good to know, actually. Thank you very much.
What else do you know about him?
I never saw him, but my boss said that he was a half-orc man.
We're traveling with a half-orc man.
Okay. Well,
It's just you saying that. I can now tell that Max is like, fuck. I mean, it's true. I don't know. I can see in like your eyes. You're like, well, yeah, that's true. We are writing with a half-orc man.
Well, grab what you want then.
Okay. He stands up very cautiously, goes over to the boss. He pulls open, if nobody's doing anything, he pulls open a pouch, and you can see when he kind of goes to it, he has to like reveal his stomach, and you can see there's a small explosion mark that's right here as well on his side. It's very similar to the same glasses that's up here as well.
Wait. Tell me, what is that mark on your boss's head and belly is?
Well, we're members of the Sparks.
I see.
I think we no longer have any obligation to keep him alive.
And at that point, I'm guessing...
I don't think we were ever going to let him leave. I think we were going to let him start walking away. And
Okay, so, boom. Are you doing anything as well?
I don't
Yeah, I'm
think
attacking with my rapier.
Okay.
I'm sorry, but...
Because I'm not even going to need you guys to roll, because here's the thing.
Oh, I was going to say, Jacqueline will also jump off the balcony with Moonshadow
Okay,
down.
here's the thing. There's all this people.
Oh, yeah.
He's going to have to get attacks opportunity from him, you, at this point as well. You, and you. Because he's got to go this way to get to the door.
Yeah.
The other thing is, he's got 12 hit points left.
Yeah.
Even if 3 of you miss, one hit's enough to kill him. He's fucked. So how do you guys want to kill him?
Everyone
I'm
hits
gonna-
him
I'm
at the
gonna-
exact same
I'm gonna
time.
just-
Gangbang.
Right when he goes for the pouch, I'll stab his hand.
Okay.
my Eldritch Blast ripped through him.
And then I will cut him down.
Oh my god. Okay, so he goes down, grabs the pouch, you stab into his palm. He's pinned to the ground now. 2 Eldritch Blasts slam
through
into
his
him.
chest.
There are just holes in his open area. He goes, and then
Straight
he's
down the middle.
in a very classic video game camera, like this blade comes through him, and then the head just kind of falls back, sees his body, and then rolls away as he's decapitated.
Yeah,
And he's dead. Horribly. Alright. Good job, guys.
I'm going to roll investigation on these guys.
We'll get to that later on because we are well over time. So thank you for the very first session that we've had and the third episode in this. We will be meeting 3 weeks potentially from now, 3 to 4 weeks. That way we can keep the story going. And potentially Rex will be here as well.
Hopefully.
Well, thank you for listening. And that will be all that we have on Misrolled
Bye-bye.
Adventures.